It's Sunday. Welcome to church, everybody. We're back. I know a lot of you were upset that I wasn't here last week. You know, shit happens. We had to record that Pantelis podcast with Robbie, and then I had a gig, and then went to the bordel. It was a busy, busy night. Today, filling in for the traveling Poseidon, none other than his intellectual brother, Guido Grasso, wearing his new underscore lobby shirt. He came in here like a retarded gang member.
Do you remember this thing? It's still a thing.
It's still a thing, bro. People love the no. They like it. They're a part of the lobby.
No.
So I want to remind you guys, it's a new month. Happy August. August 1st. Patreon.com/Pantelis. We're going to decide new winners for more shirts this week. Also, last month, there's a couple of winners that didn't even check their emails. They didn't even know that they won yet. So we got some shirts on the side for them. So check out your emails if you're on the Patreon. If you're not on the Patreon, what are you waiting for? Patreon.com/Pantelis. Also, links are in the description. Join the Discord. The Discord is free. You join like-minded individual. By like-minded, I mean you're all insane. Some people even found love. Captain YOLO found his girlfriend on the Discord. You don't know what you'll find there. Perhaps a stalker, perhaps a girlfriend. It's a 50-50. It's a toss-up. Here with Guido.
Anybody listening to disco in the Discord?
Yeah, there's a music channel in there too, I think.
That's the first thing that came to mind, because I'm an idiot.
The Discord.
Disco. You want to go disco? Hey, I want to go dance. Disco.
Do you feel weird being on a podcast without your tag team partner?
I must reply yes. I do feel weird because Poseidon is a wonderful, wonderful... Poseidon doesn't realize how wonderful he is when he's lost, or he gives me gold to bounce off of.
Yeah.
Whereas with you, it's you know what you're doing.
That's debatable.
You know what you're doing. So I'm more alert, listening to questions and answering. I feel with you, it's like talking to Larry King. With Poseidon, it's like talking to Poseidon.
Well, look, speaking of talking, let's not forget to mention everyone. We got Mark Chabot in the chat. Mark Chabot, who made that cool painting over there. You saw the comic book over there.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah. Steph is here. Joker's here. Captain YOLO. Natalie. Marie-Renee Couture. Mental Funeral. Gapes, obviously. Have you seen Gapes' new videos?
Gapes. I love Gapes.
Yeah, Gapes ain't playing around. Kevin is here. Steve O'Clock. What time is it? It's Steve O'Clock. Mademoiselle is here. Who else we got here? Frank Belmont in the chat. Michelle is in the chat. People are jumping in the chat now. All right, we got it. Yeah, the comic was so cool. Yeah, it's just a nice big cover.
Let me ask him, does he like Todd McFarlane?
Because if he knows about comics, he probably does, yeah. Eric Plant is here. What is it? Eric Plant Panetier. Well, that's a long name, but I like it.
Plant Panetier. Oh, he just made me think of work. I have to make dough.
For fans of the French cast, I don't know what more you want me to do. I dropped 21 episodes in, 6 days, 8 days?
You were
it's a lot,
machine.
Guys. It's a lot. I just recorded all of them.
I can see him on YouTube popping up.
Every day there's new ones, yeah. We still got a couple.
Uploaded 45 minutes ago.
They're going to keep going till I think 3 days into this. I think till August 3rd or something I still have.
That's great.
Yeah.
It was a good experience?
It was fun. It was an experience. It was something.
How was it being outside of the studio?
That was my problem. That's what I hated.
How, the technical stuff?
Yeah. Everything's set up here. I love the sound. I love everything. Like, I worked hard to get the audio that I wanted and the setup that I want, and also the comfort. People are, not that they weren't comfortable, people had a lot of good interviews, but it's always more comfortable in the studio because you feel...
I feel familiar here.
I feel familiar. The art is it's not generic, it's personalized, so you feel like you're in someone's, let's say, room or basement. That's how it feels, even though clearly we're on a high floor and we can see outside, but in general, it feels like...
This is your spot. I know this as your spot.
Yeah.
And when you record, it's like you're in a conference room at a Holiday Inn type deal?
Well, because it's the glass doors, right? So outside you see, and it's like the president and then the other president, like the vice. So it's all that on the floor.
So you're talking while they walk by and are talking corporate shit?
Yeah, they weren't walking by that much. Only one day. Only when I had mic on, they were very excited, so they were all there. But the other days, there wasn't a lot of people. I wasn't, that didn't bother us. I'm just saying, mentally, the people that are there, you feel more open. So you feel like you're in open space. So you're less likely to just calm down and talk.
Subconsciously, maybe they might be restricting themselves.
Exactly. Whereas in the studio, you're just chilling. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Marie-Renee says she has 2 ears. She can't even listen twice at a time. Because there's so many. There's so fucking many podcasts that I dropped this month. More than anyone expected. You know how tired I was.
Oh, I know.
Because we were doing like sometimes 3 a day recording, and then there was like the shows, like the outdoor show or the tapings last week and all that at the Nest, and it was just super tired.
I'm not sure, without belittling any listener, I'm not sure if people really understand the fatigue followed by like, I'm going to be talking for 2 hours today, and I'm fine. I feel good. When I'm in my car or an hour later, I will feel tired.
Yeah.
Because we are expelling
all
energy.
the mental energy.
And now you were doing these podcasts, getting your brain into alert mode, plus performing at night.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and sometimes in English, sometimes in French, sometimes in English
Right.
here, and then I have to go somewhere and do it in French.
that's
fucking crazy.
now you're not working shipping and packing boxes, but that's exhausting.
It was exhausting, but fun.
Yeah. Well, then you get on a high after you get off stage. There's something called golden time. That's what I like to call. Now you do a 45-minute set, you get off stage, and now you're on a high.
Yeah, you have that little adrenaline boost, dopamine, all of it.
That's why a lot of comedians are addicts. I'm not even kidding.
Addiction. That's why Poseidon's not here. He's in rehab.
Poseidon took my spot at the Jewish General Hospital.
He was addicted to cocks.
And fat.
Yeah. No, he's away. We gave him a vacation weekend this weekend.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Poseidon.
He asked awkwardly, which is why I yelled and told him to leave.
But why would it be awkward for him to ask?
But that's what made me angry. It's like, look, I just want to ask for permission. I go, what do you mean permission, bro? You want to leave? Yeah, I just want to, have a weekend away. It's like, okay, so do it. But he's like, I just want to double check if it's okay. It's like, bro, what is this? What is North Korea?
He could have texted.
Yeah, he could. Like, it's North Korea. Like, someone's gonna be like, all right, put him on the wall.
Off with his head.
Off with his head. Like, it's just so crazy. I'm like, yeah, what do I care? It's one weekend. We put everything on the side. And
But he was all
Sunday, I'll do it with someone else.
I love how he was all petrified to do that and ask you. But other times when he messes up, it's like, well, I don't know.
When he messes up big, he doesn't give a shit. But for things like, can
Trivial.
I go to the bathroom? Yeah, trivial things, he overdoes it.
Poseidon.
But whatever, he's going to be back later today. I think he's driving now. He's on the way back.
Is he? I really hope that he records more trying to do Tarzan videos.
Oh,
That
the
was
rope?
the best. That was the best. What do you go to the gym for, bro? What are you doing? Oh, man.
So let me ask you. You've took 2 weeks off. I don't want to call you an idiot, but you took 2 weeks off on running your restaurant.
2 weeks off in the prime of reopening a restaurant.
Why, though? I don't understand. Can you explain this to me? It feels dumb.
It was more kind of the pressure from the cooks, because the cooks, I guess before they came to work for me, already had this holiday planned. So I wanted to satisfy them, plus relax a little bit myself, and I'll be reopened next week. And
I would have rammed right through this. I would have just kept going.
now, I understand what you're saying, but also, luckily, I wasn't open last week while the city was working on sewers around the restaurant, where there is a stench. It's a lingering stench. It's almost gone, but there was a stench of melted plastic. Can you eat with the smell of melted plastic?
No, in fact, I saw when I was. That's so funny. I saw when I was driving. There's spots not too far from here where they said that tomorrow they're digging up the ground. Like it's a company called Phil, which is why I laughed, because I saw it was Phil. And said, you have to move your car. We're going to tow it because we're drilling into the ground. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Every day there's, like, how bad is this city? What's going on under there?
The mafia. That's
Phil.
what's going on. But what they're probably going to do is the same thing. Is they're going to patch up these sewer walls with this awful smelling plastic.
And then it's gonna reek
putty.
everywhere.
It's going to stink. If it's that same thing.
Probably is. Yeah, they're doing it around the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, it's not the newest neighborhood here.
Hey, you don't play any video games, huh?
No, the last time I played a video game was probably on 9/11, and it was GoldenEye. Because I remember I was watching Katie Couric talk to Harry Belafonte.
You're like, let me show you how to shoot these terrorists.
Played GoldenEye, then went back to NBC, and I lost the channel. The TV went to fuzz, and I'm like, what happened? Because I guess the antenna was on the World Trade Center. And then I started listening to Howard, and he said, his episode.
That was the Howard Stern episode where he was announcing it.
That's the last time I think I played a legit video game, put it in, pressed on, and played.
I bought games yesterday.
So I appreciate games. I just haven't made time for them.
I bought games and I instantly regretted it.
What did you buy?
I bought the Mass Effect anthology. It's like 3 old games together, and Hitman 3.
Is it about Brett?
Hitman. That would be funny. You are a hitman, and you're
okay.
you're a bald guy.
It's the bald guy with no real face.
Exactly.
I saw that.
And
before.
you wear costumes and shit, and you disguise yourself and you kill people. It's a lot of fun.
Is he like Leon, the professional?
Kind of, yeah. He's like Leon, but he doesn't bang 12-year-olds.
I put that as 12-year-old Natalie Portman.
Yeah, still doesn't.
But I put that on a list of Poseidon wants me to make him a movie list.
Acastesia is here. I didn't even know. I thought Acastesia may have died. I haven't seen Acastesia in forever.
Acastesia.
Welcome.
Bless you.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. There's the story is the same type of stories. You got to break in these fucking places, but you're doing so much fun stuff. Like I was in China, and I had to break into a state-of-the-art facility. I had to pretend I was someone else, and then I go in and well, they're gonna frisk you now. So I was like, yeah, just give me a second. So I would throw my gun in the trash can.
I don't want to use the word envy. It's too strong a word. But I commend your passion for video games. It takes up your time instead of, drinking and doing drugs.
Yeah, I guess. I like, you know what I've noticed?
I wish I loved video games as much as you do.
I like the arts.
Yeah, I appreciate the arts.
I like the arts. Back in the day, they would have called me a homo.
But it's a great,
I like the arts.
It's great. It's great.
I like games. I like movies. I just don't have time like I used to. Yesterday, I took a day off. So, I played hockey in the morning, and then I took the rest of the day off. I ate some sandwiches and played some video games. So that was my day off experience.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I needed that.
You just chilled in front of the TV playing video games like you're 20 years old.
Yeah, and then I felt guilty. Like, I wasted a day.
No, but that's a good feeling. You relaxed but yeah.
I'm going to go away for a couple of days at the end of this month, but I'm going to do it all between. I'll be back before I think I'm going to leave on a Thursday, and I'll be back before the Pantelis live. So
you'll go to the country, or
we're not going to miss.
Or going to fly away?
No, I'm not flying anytime soon. Up north.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, just chill a bit, relax.
Thing about lakes,
take a dip. I need to get some sun on me.
Lakes are freezing.
I'm not going to a lake. I want a pool that's outside. Mm-hmm. If I'm going to a resort, I don't do camping.
Yeah, no, exactly. White people like camping.
I don't understand why.
I never understand.
I've worked
in the roulotte like you're on a movie set.
I've worked my entire life so that I could shit indoors. Yeah. I see what homeless is. I see it. I'm not going to pay money to experience that.
We tried around when we were 20 or 21. Maybe we're talking like 1998 or something. We all tried to go, 4 or 5 of us, camping for 3 days. We lasted one night in the morning. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I can't. My buddy Alex, I think,
we left the sausage to the raccoons and fucking foxes.
Yeah, I would have left.
We left.
I think my friend Alex likes it because he's the one that told me once, like, you want to go camping? I told him, how much do you hate your wife? Like that, you're like, fuck it. I'd rather just leave and not be in a house for a weekend if I could get away from. Like, what are you doing?
But the whole RV camping is a different story. You're in an RV basically. And you're on a campground and everyone walks around and people come here every year. So everyone knows each other and other RVs are your next door neighbors. Even that. I don't see many Italians doing that.
So Michelle is asking if I could get Gabriel Nadeau-Dubois. Gabriel Nadeau of the Woods.
I remember that kid.
French cat. I don't know who that kid is exactly, but he did Jer's podcast, so probably, yeah.
Do you remember the squares?
You just because you said that, now I figured out who he is. They told me he's the Red Square kid became a politician. What party is he running for?
Something tells me it's
PQ, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Parti Québécois.
Maybe.
But that guy, after that whole pots and pans banging stuff,
He
cashed in and he went right to politics. He skipped going to university.
Dude, it's all most of these people, well, I don't know about him.
Because he was the spokesperson. Every time they would go to
fuck the government. And now he's like, wait, I can make money being in the government? I'm going to the guy. I know. Dude,
he was like the class president or some shit. And with all the media attention, national media attention, he ended up going to the politics and winning.
You heard of Sean King? He's like this political activist, but I think from what I understand, he's a white guy who pretends to be black, and he says he's trying to help people, but whatever, they were just showing off in He's not related to Eddie King. No, not at all. Then he would have been good. And he apparently, he's like, I'm giving so much, I'm just helping. I just care about social causes, and they just showed off his house, like where he lives and stuff, and like, wait a second,
yeah, social causes.
Wait a second, where are these donations going? But they're all like that. They're all like, I only care about you. I only care about you.
You know who was a master at that? A guy by the name of William Jefferson Clinton.
Bill Clinton?
This guy had the ability to speak to every person he ever shook hands with like they were the most important person at that moment. He always gave people and remembered people's names and would talk to them like, wow, this guy's really listening to me right now. He was an expert at that.
You know, I don't know if we talked about this. Did you hear about the girl Simone Biles, the Olympian?
She couldn't stop puking.
Biling, that's funny. Biles. No, she didn't want. She's like one of the awesome athletes they have there in gymnastics, but she quit. She kind of quit. She said, I don't want to do this last event because she said there was too much pressure on her. I have too much pressure. I can't perform.
That's the first time an athlete ever did that?
There's no way that's the first time.
But I mean, to this attention, like people
to this attention,
about
because
it?
People were like, "You're a traitor.
She's
what the
exhausted.
fuck? Don't be there."
It's like
Anyways.
when that wrestler girl didn't like the outcome and she eliminated herself from the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, she just left. So she did that, and then people made a big deal about it. Like, you just gave the gold to the Russians. But
she's a quitter, and everyone has to accept it.
But it's not that she's a quitter. She's already won a lot of gold for the States. This is what people are forgetting.
She already won gold medals?
She already won gold medals for the States. So, quitter, look, this is what I'm saying. She's a young girl who's, first of all, she didn't say anything about mental health. She said she had
like
the pressure.
16.
Then people started saying it's because of her mental health and stuff, so we took it. But she never said, she just said that there was too much pressure. Now, technically, they don't even get paid, so she doesn't owe us anything. But she already got gold medals, and let's say the pressure. I've played sports when someone on the team is like, bro, no, it's it's an important shift. You're down by one, you have a power play, and they don't want to be on. And they're good, and they don't want to be on because they don't like the pressure. They can't play it. It happens.
Like that kid who missed in the Euros.
But it happens all the time. Amongst them, if the teammates want to call her a pussy or whatever, that's fine. The teammates can do that. You sitting on a couch.
They got her support. She got their support. Her teammates, when she said, I don't want to do this.
I think so, yeah.
They probably backed her up.
But even if they didn't, that's their prerogative because they're in the team together. They could be like, what are you doing, man? You can't let us down. That's them. They can. But you sitting on a fucking couch seems stupid to do that.
Yeah, sure.
But Michael Che had some good jokes about it. But anyway, so Michael Che was going to go tell some jokes, I think, at the Cellar about it. And he tweeted, he put an Instagram thing. He's like, I have like a few minutes of material. It's going to be funny. Send me your jokes. And he was sharing on Instagram some good jokes that people sent about her, making fun of her. And he got bombarded. He had to delete his Instagram account. People were trying to cancel him because he said, you can't make fun of her. Why are you doing this? But he was just sharing other people's jokes first. And it's like, what do you mean he can't make fun? He can make fun of whoever the fuck he wants.
Remember any of the good ones?
Yeah. One of the good ones was you remember the gymnastics? You remember the gymnastics coach that she was under, that gymnastics coach, the guy who he had
was like a pedophile.
Yeah, he molested like 150. Yeah. One guy sent him a message and he gave it an 8 on 10. He goes, what's his name? Simone Biles and him. Both of them had the same type of career. They both are forced to quit at the pinnacle of their career.
Oh.
So there was some good ones. But yeah, they attacked him. It's like all he was trying to do was make light of a situation. No one's dead.
You know what?
The girl just said she didn't want to compete. She's like, you could make fun.
I bet you this girl's going to end up, out of all the athletes this year, she's going to be on the Wheaties box.
I don't know if she's going to be on the Wheaties box. There's a lot of athletes out there.
No, they're not going to go for the winner. They're going to go for the almost winner, but I wasn't feeling good.
Maybe they should go for the winner of the Asian
Of course
American
they should.
Yeah.
But no, this one touched the hearts of America.
Anywho, what I'm saying is, if people are just spazzing about anything, so they were fighting amongst each other of, can you talk about it? And then Michael Che tries to make jokes and they go and attack him. But they don't spew the same type of vitriol when it's warranted. Like there was a comedian in Afghanistan who was murdered on video. I don't know if you saw it.
Awful.
Yeah, he was, the Taliban didn't like him because he was talking shit. And he's been known for years, apparently. He's like a famous comedian there. So there's a video of them ridiculing him, and then they shot him in the head. And then there's another picture of his family, like just all around him. It's fucking horrible. So, but that you don't see people being like, hey, what the fuck, man? What kind of freedom is that? They're killing. Instead, what do they do?
What's the point of them being there for the last 20 years?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they're supposed to be doing there?
But what's crazy is, so he killed him. The Taliban killed a comedian, right? Because they didn't like the stuff he was saying. And then in the States, they're making comedians either get canceled or take out their, like, it's fucking crazy. Basically, at the maximum level that you can, in one country, you can shoot people in the head, so you take that maximum level. In this country here, like in North America, your maximum level is canceling someone, they can't work anymore. You still take that route for jokes that you don't like. Not a rape, for jokes that you don't like.
Action.
Yeah.
You're killing them physically, or you're killing them.
That's what I'm trying. It's like you don't like the jokes, then don't go to the show. Don't watch them. But if the guy's not he's not like killing people. He's not he's not an actual bad person. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Which comedians have been destroyed? The kid from Saturday Night Live, the Asian joke guy, that was him.
Oh, Shane Gillis. He's not. Shane Gillis made a comeback. He was just. Mike liked the podcast because he went on Rogan finally, and Mike liked the stuff he was saying because he goes, it was similar mentally to what Mike was thinking when Mike was getting canceled.
Okay,
it was the same thoughts because
same type of cancellation.
Because what they do is they make you feel, because all you see is mostly the negative stuff, right? And they're calling you like the worst person ever. You should get killed. You should be in jail, like crazy shit. So you start thinking, your perception is everybody hates me and I'm a bad person, right? You start.
That's what I feel every day.
But you start putting yourself in the boat like you're the same as a Bill Cosby.
Yeah, and you, like when you ask yourself, wait, are they right?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they're right.
So you start second guessing yourself.
Yeah,
but it's because it comes from a lot of these toxic fucking people. You get it. It's not coming from rational people who are like, I don't like that joke or I like that joke. Like Mike had millions of people who supported him, who laughed at that joke. Did so well. People laughed at that joke. That was a good joke, right?
Yeah, if you were,
but they started making him second guesses if everybody that was there was offended and hated. Like, just it's crazy shit.
Then we have. What else was canceled? I mean, there was, what's his name? The guy that got deleted, Chris D'Elia. He got deleted from the movie.
Yeah, but him, it was, like, I don't know all the details. I would still have, because he didn't rape anyone from what I understand. Him, he was like,
he was very
fucking around
creepily messaging underage girls.
Yeah, I don't think it was even, I'm saying this because I might be wrong. People did care, but I don't think anybody cared about him cheating on his wife or anything because that's his personal business. I think what they cared about is because they were young girls.
He was
not always not underage, I think, but young.
Messaging 16-year-olds, and then when they were 18 and he went back to town, he was messaging them again.
That's what they said, yeah.
Some kind of shit like that. But he's popped up recently. He's been around again.
Well, he didn't do anything illegal, so he's trying to come back. He's I don't give a shit, bro. As long as he's not doing illegal shit, I don't care.
Did you know Conan O'Brien retired?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Late Night's dead.
No, that's what I mean. What happened? This used to be a big deal.
Dude, a lot of the industry, including the people who are running those late night shows, don't realize that a shift happened.
I'd love to know the numbers. There was a time when if Johnny Carson was on TV, 30 million viewers.
Yeah, it's not like that, dude. YouTube videos get more views than late night now. Podcasts do way better than late night because you don't trust late night. Late night used to be rock and roll. You used to watch late night and you're like, oh, we're going to get some opinions that I agree with, but the mainstream is insane. The rock and roll. That doesn't happen. That only happens on podcasts
Letterman
now.
used to do that.
Yeah, only honest media now.
Now they're safe
podcasts.
Interviews.
Yeah, they're safe interviews.
That's probably why. And people just click off. I know for a while there, I was listening to Conan O'Brien's podcast. He would do with a guest on the show like a half hour in the back, just a quick chat, and that was more entertaining than the show. Him and Dana Carvey had some of the best.
Just chilling,
just talking. Yeah. Conan O'Brien needs a friend. I don't even know if. But I didn't even know there was a late night war between Conan O'Brien and George Lopez. Did you know that?
There's late night wars there was late night wars between all of them. But I'm telling you, the industry, because just so before I forget, because I've spoken to some industry people. This month was my month was around them. That they weren't aware, and they know, and they're trying to catch up. They weren't aware of the cultural swing towards podcasting. They weren't aware.
Who are these people?
They weren't aware. The people that are running, the people that are the heads of this industry,
still reading newspapers.
They're now catching up. Like, wait a second, what's happening? I didn't know there was a future, and I didn't know how big it was.
5 years late to the party,
and we're not there yet either. The podcasts have not reached their pinnacle yet.
Okay, do you remember this? I know you must have remembered this. 5 years ago, it has to be at least 5 years ago, when you were at the Just for Laughs at the peak of the festival, in that bar area of the hotel, that big open. What's the word? A mezzanine, whatever it is. It's called.
The mezzanine on top. Yeah.
Every single comedian, even open micers and professional comedians, had some kind of microphone and recording device and trying to catch anybody who's walking by to record a podcast.
Yeah, I remember.
Did they not notice this 5 years ago?
I'll tell you, it's because of that they didn't notice. Because here's what happened. There's different types of podcasts. There's different types of podcasters. So there's the podcasters that were influenced by Howard Stern, Opie and Anthony, all the old big radio guys. Me,
and
Mike,
they would bring in Opie
Rogan is influenced by them. Like, that's what influenced me. So it's comedians being natural, fucking around, and putting a production quality into it, okay? that group, we all, like the Legion of Skanks guys, all that entire group, everyone is doing their own thing similar to that. So there's a certain bar of comedy that we want, a certain bar of quality that we want, all that stuff. There's another group who joined podcasting, which was just the content people. I need content, which is take a microphone, I'm outside,
Filler.
anybody, filler. I'm not really engaged. I'm just... So all the people that you see walking around, because that's not the best audio, right? There's a party,
Like
you hear
Opie.
all kinds of...
Opie does
like
that.
Opie, what he does now, yeah. So all that's not the best type of... So what they would see was a lot of that. People walking around doing that. So in their heads, like, this is some amateur bullshit. It's not going to go anywhere. There's no money. There's no fan base. What do we care? They didn't realize that while that was happening, Rogan
Some
was
gems
just
were coming in.
exploding. The Legion of Skanks were fucking exploding. Fucking Tim Dillon fucking... So they didn't realize that there was people that were putting effort into it, putting quality, engaging with their fans, and it was growing. Look at Mike's French podcast. Millions of downloads. It doesn't stop. So they didn't realize that on both languages, both markets, English and French, people started connecting more with podcasts. They're like, I prefer this. I can listen to it. I can take it
whenever
I want. They engage. They read stuff. They know who we are. It doesn't seem distant, whereas on the radio, it's super distant. Some guy talking, you can't really interact. You can't share. They're always, even on social media, there's always like a buffer. They're not as close as comics are, which we're always direct contact. So, and we're not scared. We just say what we want. So that shit started existing, and then comedy fans would adopt it. Look at Legion of Skanks, Skankfest, their own festival, killing it, selling out the tickets in like 3 minutes. Why? Because they have a good connection with their fans. They work hard to get that connection. So anyway, so what they were focused on was not on that. They saw the amateurs, the open micers that were like, oh, I have content on my site, and it's these weird audio clips of them and random people. So they thought that's what it is. That's what, when they hear podcasting, like, okay, that's what it is. They didn't realize that while they turned their head, other people were building this huge thing behind them. So now they turned around again and like, wait, what the fuck is this? How are podcasters getting more people in rooms than we can sell? And we're like the biggest, how is this happening? What's going on with podcasts? Why is there that connection? How come our comics don't have that connection? You get it? So that's what happened. So now they're learning and they're trying to jump in.
Now, I remember there was a few that were busy. Artie Lang was there. You guys had one.
Yeah.
Barry Katz.
But we had in the room, we had the actual, we were doing the live podcasts. People bought tickets and they
you
were
were in the awards room. You weren't even in the studios.
No, we were in the, we had those chairs on top. The first one we did was with, Swartzen and Bobby Kelly. Yeah, that was a fun they destroyed Poseidon.
I laughed out loud during that one. Poseidon.
In the corner, we had him off
Cuba
stage. Yeah.
Going to Cuba to get fucked.
But for example, Bobby Kelly knew for the longest time, right? Because of Opie and Anthony. So he started doing his own.
He came in with that rhythm already?
Yeah, because he knew it. So he's like, okay, this is the reason why this is working on Sirius, let's say with Opie and Anthony, is not because it's Opie and Anthony. It's what Opie and Anthony are representing, what they're letting you do, which was allowing comics to come on and fuck around, say whatever they want.
Some of the best times of my life are that.
Some of the best
Greg
bits
Giraldo,
weren't even on stage from some of these guys. They were on the radio show.
Yeah. Giraldo, Patrice O'Neill, Bob Kelly puking. I listened to these guys before they were famous.
I discovered Patrice O'Neill from Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's when I heard him too.
Yeah.
I would listen to those live, taking the subway. When the subway would go out of the tunnel
New York.
and be a second level subway, you can actually get reception in your radio.
Yeah. No. It was, look, so that's why the industry didn't realize what was happening behind their back. And now there's comedians who don't care about the industry. They don't need it. They don't need just for laughs. They don't need comedy because they build a fan base online.
Comedians don't need the Tonight Show to make them now.
Yeah, they sell tickets directly to their fans. So if I'm in your city and you watch my videos, you listen to podcasts, you know I'm there, you're gonna buy it. You don't need to see me on Comedy Central. You don't need to see me anywhere. You already know who I am.
That's what the president did.
He
went directly to the people and not on CNN.
But because this media didn't used to exist. You know what I mean? It did. Now there's that option.
How much time do you think for adjustment?
Well, look, they're gonna try to.
When will TV integrate podcasts? When is all this? The phone. First of all, I don't know why our flat screen TVs have not become these.
What do you mean?
Like Minority Report, Tom Cruise. Why can't I go like this and slide?
There
and
are
enter?
screens that are.
But why is it not a common thing? You know,
Because what do you mean it's not a cost? Because people haven't worked in a year
when
and a half, and there's no money to buy that.
No, but I mean, when are TVs going to only be giant iPads?
When it's affordable.
It costs too much to make it that big.
A regular iPad costs, imagine an iPad like this is going to cost you 2 G's. How much do you think a screen's going to go for?
Well, the screens are usually $3,000 or $2,000 or $1,500. I don't know.
No, that's how much an iPad costs. An iPad's this big.
Okay, I was always wondering. Maybe,
Yeah.
okay, so it's cost.
So unless you think that people have right now 10, 15 G's to spend on a TV,
People don't have money.
People don't have any money. So that's not going to happen. But it exists. I've worked with big screens like that, touchscreen and all that. That exists. That's not the future. That's the past. It's just not affordable.
I'm
yet.
trying to see where it's going. When the guys in the suits are going to start getting a feel for podcasting. Is it going to be like Disney plus Mickey Mouse podcast?
They told me here that someone had sent in an email. They want to rent and they're like university professors some shit, and they want to start their own podcast. Like they're starting to understand what it is. They're trying to get into it.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
It's a brilliant idea, but there's one problem.
This teacher's course, his lecture, you could listen to his fucking lecture for an hour whenever you want.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be at 10 a.m. at Concordia.
But I'm just saying for it to be a podcast, for you to want to download it, listen to it, there's one thing that they're forgetting, and I tried to tell people, but nobody listens. Not everyone is good on the mic. Not everyone can podcast. It's like an open mic, right?
Right.
Not everyone is a comedian. That's something people have trouble understanding. Now they think, oh, fuck it, there's a low barrier to entry. It's easy. I'm going to go in. And then what happens when the lights turn on and the mic is on? Welcome show is fun today. Like they have all that. They don't know.
Their rhythm is off. They're uncomfortable, visibly uncomfortable, and therefore making listeners uncomfortable.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Why? But I used to do that.
Oh God! And then they speak low too, far and low, like all that shit.
How is it? It's better. Is it better like this?
I'll fucking kill you.
Is it better like this?
I will fucking kill you.
I feel like Gino Bisconte.
I think he got his account suspended again on.
What did he do?
I don't know what he did. But even so, I got a lot of notifications the other day.
No, I just said I feel like Gino Bisconte because I'm drunk and got to take a leak. What did he get suspended for?
I don't know what he got suspended for, but I got a lot of notifications one day and I didn't check my phone. So then when I opened it again, one of the notifications I took a screenshot was from Twitter, and they go, "We see you're getting a lot of notifications. Do you want to go in the settings and suppress them so you don't see them? Like, I guess if you're getting people telling you to go fuck yourself." So I was like, "No, I'm an adult. I don't care."
That was nice of them.
I only look at like the first one if there's too many, I just look the first ones that I see, and then I move on, and I don't give a shit.
Oh, because the rest are going to be pretty much the same as the first two.
Same, and if there's a good fuck you, maybe I'll retweet it, but that's about it. If it's funny.
If I was to re-explore social media, I think the one I would have fun with is Twitter.
Twitter's fun, yeah.
I think Twitter,
but it's toxic as fuck.
Because you can't look at what other people tweet. That's the problem.
Of course you can.
No, but if you do, you'll get negativity or stress or what. That's why I don't.
You mean you don't want people tweeting at you?
No, they can tweet at me, but I'm not sure yet. What I mean is, I don't like.
I'm telling you something.
Instagram,
in your mental
when I'm
state,
seeing, all the fucking shit coming by. I don't need that.
In your mental state, Twitter is not for you.
Okay, thank you for letting.
Twitter is not for you, dude, because it goes from 0 to 150 real quick.
Yeah.
Poseidon takes it less seriously
I don't know
than
if
I do.
Poseidon knows how to write.
Poseidon does know how to write, but he could read a bit at the third grade level. But even Poseidon doesn't take it. You could tell him anything, he doesn't care. Like, it doesn't affect. Like,
he actually is aloof.
All of it to us seems fake. All of it just seems like
it is kind of fake, though.
Yeah, it's all like, what do I don't know you.
It really doesn't matter. It's
Mike from Wisconsin. In your profile photo is a cat with a baseball cap on. I don't care, but some people need it. They need to tell you to go fuck yourself.
That's what people don't realize. Their addiction to social media, whether negative or positive, is the same. So that need for him to tell you to go fuck is because doing so releases dopamine and serotonin in his brain.
I'm helping.
And yeah, exactly. You're helping.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's
Norm Macdonald was funny on tweets.
Norm Macdonald.
Colin Quinn is great too.
I just saw actually a funny tweet from Colin Quinn too. His Colin Quinn still is fucking sharp. He's very, very quick.
Yeah, Colin, really sharp as a tack. Yeah.
You don't do a good impression of him.
I used to be able to do it when I listened to him.
You used to do better impressions, you.
When I used to listen to it more, because now I have to only go by memory and not like I listen to it. But give me a chance. I'll come back with a call-in impression.
Maybe they need to shut down Twitter. Captain Yolo says, and Facebook, but keep Facebook Messenger online to cool down the heat. No, it's more, you know what the other thing is? We keep blaming social media networks. Twitter, control yourself as an adult. If you see it's too toxic for you and you can't handle it, either delete your account or just don't go on it.
That's why I checked out. It's not their fault. I always said that Facebook is the greatest company in the world. I'm just not partaking in it.
Yeah,
I think they're genius.
They let us fuck it all up, right?
I remember a Colin Quinn story. I'm not sure if I've said it before, but I liked it very much. About him bombing. The reason he bombed was, on Saturday Night Live, they used to have the Joe Pesci show.
Okay.
And Jim Brewer would play Joe Pesci, and Alec Baldwin would play Robert De Niro as the sidekick, like Andy Richter. And they would have guests come on. Hey, I'm the Joe Pesci show. Here's my first guest, Mel Gibson. And, some guy dressed up as Mel Gibson comes in, and then they just kick the shit out of every guest, like in Goodfellas. And Alec Baldwin used to go, hey, did he insult me? A little bit. To the point that on an episode, they brought in the real Joe Pesci and real De Niro to come and confront them on the show because they're friends with Lauren, and it was very funny.
Yeah.
However, on that night, Alec Baldwin could not appear because he was filming somewhere, so they brought in Colin Quinn to be De Niro.
Yeah.
So now Colin Quinn does his De Niro, and all that's fine and dandy. Cut to years later. We're talking in the last 5 years or whatever, 10 years. Colin Quinn gets invited to perform at De Niro's 65th birthday.
Okay.
Now it's his wife that called him. Come and be De Niro. Do your De Niro impression. He's like, now everybody's there. Like every top New York actor, actress, executive is there. And it's a very intimate affair. So now he feels weird. He's got to do that, and do it. So it's bombing. It's bombing hard. De Niro's not laughing. Nobody's laughing. And here's Colin Quinn with a stupid fake mole on his face. And now after he eats shit, okay, he has his shirt on a hanger because he's got to go perform at the Comedy Cellar. And he's outside feeling terrible. And the wind blows and his shirt flies off the hanger into
I heard this story.
A puddle of water.
Yeah.
And as he's picking it up from the gutter, Robin Williams comes out and says, "Oh man, yeah, that was rough, man." Robin Williams even he felt bad for him. And then that was it. And then he went to the Comedy Nest and did a good set.
It's crazy how sometimes your luck goes from bad to worse. Like if you have one of those days, all of it is going to go to shit.
Yeah, when you wake up crooked.
Yeah, your parking spot, everything's going to go to shit.
It's amazing how that happens.
Yeah, I don't know if
you hit every red light possible.
Yeah.
It's so true.
It's weird when shit like that happens.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's just us projecting.
We are. It's all energy. Like, why do I end up in back of the old lady that has to check her 50 lottery tickets while I go put gas?
Oh, God.
Why are you checking all your lottery tickets now, madame? Why can't you do it earlier?
Yeah, it's you know what I did yesterday? If you go to a restaurant and it's in the middle of the day, it's a sunny day, and you assume it's going to be packed. If you go into a restaurant and you don't see people there, there's like a customer, do you second guess yourself and you leave the restaurant? You're like, I'm not going to eat here.
Both.
I did that yesterday.
I sometimes when I try to quickly make that decision. Is it they're not busy right now because people just aren't around, or is this place not a good restaurant?
That's what happened to me yesterday. I walked in and I was like, fuck, it looks closed. I walk in and there was no one, and then I saw like there was just two of the bench, and it was a big place. There was people there, but there was no one even there to greet us. Like even all the staff wasn't in front. The staff was in the back. So I looked around and I said, yeah, we're getting the fuck out of here.
It's also the time of year. It really is.
But then I went to Milano's Laval instead, by the way.
And it was full.
It was jamming.
Well,
not super jammed. It was in the middle of the day. It wasn't like at night.
Look at the demographic, though. The Milano's demographic is 18 to 23.
Yesterday in the day, it was different. There was a lot of older people, too. There's a lot of 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds.
Well, when we go at 10, 11 at night, it's packed.
It's all young kids, yeah.
It's all young.
Yeah, and it's fun, too.
Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah.
They got the arcade next door. I haven't
played there yet.
1990s arcade with Virtual Striker or
I'm gonna go one day though, because I haven't been in arcades.
I know.
I want to know what they have in there. Do you think they have any classic arcade?
Yeah, they have them all. I
like if they have the Ninja Turtles arcade
They have
thing, I'm gonna be there.
I mean, I saw NBA Jam.
They have NBA Jam in there?
Yeah, I saw that. They have. Yeah, they did
I'll
it
play
right.
NBA Jam.
I was looking for the Terminator 2 Judgment Day pinball machine.
Do you remember the Terminator 2 Judgment Day, the one with the gun? Yeah.
I remember them all. That was my peak Guido time.
It was weird that time the big video games were, you played them in the arcade, and it was such a social thing. People would see you get your high score, and you'd meet your friends there.
You'd have to, your initials would be there for a week until somebody beat it. I totally remember that. Like George Costanza with the Frogger machine.
Esports Central downtown. Is that the one on Saint Laurent? I thought I can't go in. That's what Poseidon told me. Is that the one on St. Lawrence, or there's another one on St. Catherine? But I was on. I
remember St. Catherine and Crescent.
Because I was on St. Lawrence, and we were. Oh, it was during. Okay, so we're recording the French episodes at Just for Laughs, and the Just for Laughs studios. We'd come downstairs.
You're up there, so you're on Sherbrooke and St. Laurent.
But we walked a couple of blocks. We were bored. We wanted to get something to eat.
Uphill or downhill?
We walked uphill. But it wasn't that bad. So we walked uphill, and we kept going till around Pine. Because I was like, let's find some sushi. We wanted to eat sushi.
You just wanted to see what the neighborhood looked like.
Yeah, I hadn't been in a long time. I hadn't walked around. I used to go to school around there, so I wanted to feel what it's like again. But I remember there was like a Slovenian place, so we went there to get a sandwich. It's like a grocery store.
Okay, there was a one called Slovenia.
I think that's what it's called too. Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah. So I got. I showed Poseidon what those sandwiches are. Those Slovenian sandwiches. He liked it, and then I saw this like esports shit, and I was like, oh fuck, should we go in here and check? And then as I was going to wipe my hands, Poseidon said, no, I read the sign, it said it's just for kids, it's like a day camp. So then I walked off, but then I'm like, maybe
so
it's not
EA Sports, it's in the game.
No, esports, not EA, just electronic sports.
I remember that.
So I wonder what it is. I don't know.
No, but that arcade next to Milano is perfectly caught back in time. It's an image capture of what life was like in 1994. I was amazed to see how much money was laundered in opening up that arcade.
Oh, dude, laundromats. It used to be for a while laundromats and nail salons were the best way, but now that arcades are making a comeback, arcades are a good way to wash money.
Laundromats are great.
Laundromats, I think there's less barrier of entry to enter. Arcade, you got those. You got to rent all those fucking arcades.
Or Halloween mask stores.
Do you know anything about these? How the fuck do they pop up once a goddamn year?
That's why because they're great because you have no other sales to compare them to.
But how do they?
We open up this year and we had $3 million in sales. You can't compare it to the sales we did last year.
It's a whole different.
It's a whole other entity.
But how do they exist? Is what I understand. Like, how do they maintain profitability?
Laundering money.
So you're telling me, like, let's just say in a mall when they open up, the area where it opens up,
I'm not sure
it's
if
an empty spot.
Mall, but yeah, maybe a little. Yeah.
So the mall's like, look, this is empty. We'll give it to you for 2 months.
Yeah, that's more legit. I think it's when there are those giant costume warehouses in the middle of nowhere, being like, what the hell? Who's coming to Halloween shop here?
But it happens here too.
Yeah. I noticed.
Yeah, it happens here too. But I
I'm
always
gonna
wondered.
Get shot today.
No, I mean it makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes
sense. It makes dollars.
It makes sense that it's for laundering, but because I always wonder, what the fuck, bro? How does this happen?
Yeah,
how do you maintain profitability for the rest of the year? How do these employees work?
Exactly. One night.
Yeah, they work for I think 2 months. They're
Wasn't
open for
Halloween
2 months.
canceled for the last 5 years, or does it still exist?
It was only canceled last year, I think.
Last year or the year before?
Last year.
No, but the year before too, there was like a weather issue or something. Or
oh yeah, I was on a.
You remember?
I wasn't here. I was on a plane coming back. I was, I think I was in Texas.
The pilot dressed as Dracula?
I was in Texas. Yeah, I remember I was on the plane. I was at the airport, and they were talking about canceling Halloween. I was like, what are these idiots talking about?
Yeah, I remember that. It's fuzzy. You have a good steak in Texas?
Did I ever eat good steak in Texas? Yeah. Their meats are very good.
That's the only thing I'd go for in Texas.
Oh, they have good barbecue.
I would believe that.
Ribs.
Or Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
I went, my buddy Brodigan, we went to eat. He's like, I'll take you somewhere where they have barbecue. And it was so cool.
Your friend's name is Brodigan?
Yeah.
That's like what they tell Bruce Jenner.
Who's that Brodigan?
You're a Brodigan.
You're a Brodigan. We never was abroad before. But he, when he brought me this meat place, this is why I loved it. Because I ordered whatever I wanted. I was like, I want something. And then they gave it to you in that paper.
Oh, I love that.
And they rolled it. I was like, this is it, bro.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
wasting anything. I'm just going to eat meat.
I
loved it.
They give you meat.
This is the
in paper
brisket. This is, it was very good.
with some biscuits.
They know what they're doing. And I found out that I think Miami, Austin, some other cities are heavily invested in trying to get digital media people, podcasters, incentivizing them to move to those places. Remember how Montreal used to do with Quebec in general with video games?
Yeah, video games.
Very few places have realized where it's going.
So they want to start their own like Silicon Valley of podcasting.
Yeah, why not?
Why
because
the hell
money's
not?
in it, jobs. I'm gonna go speak to I'm actually setting up a meeting, no joke, to speak to the government here to try to get funding to build something big.
That's great.
Because a lot of people
I
who are
would have
losing their
pictured
jobs in radio.
Seattle or Portland doing that.
Nah, bro, they're scared to talk. They're not good for those kind of media where it's a personality, where it's you coming out.
Or where you're being yourself. Okay,
no.
makes sense.
Bunch of fucking phonies.
Okay, Miami, because Miami people spend a lot of time at Miami Beach, but like LA years ago, nobody really goes to Miami downtown. There's a lot of abandoned buildings.
And there's a lot of Cubano restaurantos, bro.
Yeah, I had
the best Cuban restaurants are in
ceviche.
Miami.
Yeah, no kidding. I had good ceviche there. Yeah, just like LA, everyone's in Hollywood. But now downtown LA, people are, restaurants are popping up and people are living in lofts and have a bit of a New York feel. But before, it was all Skid Row and empty buildings in downtown LA. And the building where the guy jumped off in Lethal Weapon, that was it.
Skid Row's getting bigger, apparently.
Skid Row?
Yeah.
The 80s hairband?
No, the actual Skid Row.
Have you seen the one here in Vancouver?
We're not in Vancouver,
it's
but
fucked up. I mean, in this country.
They live under a bridge.
There's a Skid Row in Vancouver that's a spectacle to the eyes. You cannot believe you're in this.
It's a shanty town of homeless,
drug addicted.
Oh yeah, all the heroin needles.
And I'm talking like
I saw something on the news.
12 blocks, just
That's
full.
insane.
Like, how is that? People are dying of fentanyl every day over there.
Let me ask you, what do you do?
What do you do?
You're in charge. What do you do?
Here's the problem. You're going on whether everyone is honest. Somebody's supplying all those addicts with the drugs. Somebody is.
You mean drug dealers?
So who?
No, but they don't care about that. They even give you over there safe spaces.
They give you safe spaces to
it. Yeah.
But for them to arrive at that position,
yeah,
are they? I'm not sure if.
What I'm saying
the
is
drug dealer on top and the politician on top are making a deal.
Even at that, let's say you're mayor of Vancouver now. What do you do?
Whatever the Hell's Angels tell me to do.
Oh, well,
because I find out the truth once I get there, and now I'm fucked.
No, you're getting too philosophical.
I'm
saying you, as your mayor, what would be your course of action?
Whatever they're trying to do now, just a little stronger.
What they're trying to do now is give you places to keep injecting and then go back out to your shantytown. They're not doing anything to clear the shantytown up.
Yeah. I'm without words because I don't know what the solution is. Do you put them all in clinics? Are some in clinics?
I think, dude, if you're addicted to heroin so much that you lose everything in the streets, clearly you need some form of fucking rehab, not more heroin. Because you're just going to end up killing these people. They're just going to die.
I think they're following whatever, Denmark or something did and saw it was working there. So they're trying to do it here.
What did Denmark do?
Where they were doing the, go shoot up in our clean clinics.
I don't like any of that shit, bro. Denmark, their soccer players are dying. They're coming back to life.
I don't even know if it's Denmark. It could be Sweden or something.
They're pulling a Jesus on the field.
I don't know what you do. You can't. What are they doing in Skid Row in LA? Are they doing anything different? Didn't Skid Row just become all of LA, where people are living in tents out your front door?
10 cities. That's why Rogan moved. Yeah, 10 cities.
There's 10 cities everywhere. That's so messed up. These are people who are not homeless types. They're just regular people.
Yeah,
living in tents. Isn't that a sign to leave?
Yeah. Well, that's what many people did. They left.
Speaking of which, I wonder how Guido Cocomello's doing. He's still there.
In a tent?
No, he's in LA somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's fine. This guy works, bro. This guy doesn't.
Yeah.
He's a hustler. This guy's not gonna get sad and go into a fucking tent.
Yeah, that's amazing.
He was doing movies when I was there. He was doing
Plus,
stand-up.
I'm not sure he lives in Hollywood. I think he with his family.
No, he doesn't live in Hollywood
He
because
moved out.
he's
He
not
moved-
a degenerate.
Yeah, he moved like an hour away.
Yeah,
or something.
but he lives in a nice place and he
Yeah.
works him. He's not he's not
Yeah,
lazy.
yeah, he wakes up and goes.
Yeah, this guy hustles.
That's
That's what
true.
you need. Anywhere you are, that's what you need. You need to work.
A lot of people. Are you suggesting a lot of people in those tents have someone to blame?
Try to stop, Kodak says, the heroin from coming into the city first would be nice. Impossible. Everyone is bought and paid for.
Correct.
Yeah, why do you think Afghanistan was under occupation for so long? To get rid of the Taliban? No, look, the Taliban's still there,
Hey,
reigning
the
supreme.
Taliban just
It was
killed a comedian and no one cared.
Exactly. It was the reason why they were there was for the hopium.
Yeah.
The hopium.
Yeah. It's sad but true.
Yeah.
Wow. Weren't they doing that? What were they doing here with the homeless? They were going around counting them all.
What?
I don't remember.
There's 40 of them.
These
New records.
Flashes. I don't even know the spots anymore.
We don't take care of our homeless here either.
Okay, you know where Montreal Pool Room is? The hot dog place?
Yeah, on
Saint
Saint Laurent and St. Catherine.
Okay, you know when you're outside of Montreal Pool Room, on the right there's the theater where ethnic
Club
show
Soda?
is. Yeah, Club Soda. And to the left, when you walk down, there's a couche-tard and like a park, a little park.
Oh, yeah.
That is a major homeless junkie park.
I've never hung out at that park.
Well, no, I'm just saying when you could see it when you
yeah,
go by.
I just
by-
realized you saying it is what I'm like. Yeah, of course that would be a heroin park.
Yeah, that's a heroin park.
And
It's always dimly lit.
yeah, it's always it's like just go here.
Well, that spot where I'm talking about used to be near Cleopatra, those giant arcades with like porn peep shows in them, and they would be open all night. Those big arcades.
I remember porn arcades. I never.
Well, the arcade was there with all these games we're talking about, and then
there was-
downstairs there
those
would be
peep shows.
peep shows.
Peep shows were you pay money and it's basically you're watching pornos.
And you're just basically changing channels, watching porn. Yeah,
What's the point of that?
to jack off when you don't want to. I don't know.
But don't you do that shit at home? Like who is walking down the street like, you know what I need right now? To jerk
They
off.
would be movie theaters with porn because there was no
But
internet
porn theaters, 2 years ago, on my old podcast, we talked about this. We were trying to actually send Poseidon in. The porno theaters it's like they have another ultimatum.
Well,
It-
for drug deals,
for drug deals-
you go in the little cabins and you
Exactly, and it wasn't about. They don't give a shit about the movie. It was also, I think, they would rent rooms. It was basically a whorehouse kind of,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
could be used as mini hotel rooms, like stalls.
which made more sense to me because I always wondered why on earth would you go to a porno theater to watch a
well,
porn?
there's lonely bastards.
Except for the exceptions. Yeah,
Yeah, and so no drug deals for sure.
yeah. You ever watch the movie The Departed?
Yeah, when that's it. With Jack Nicholson pulls out that black dildo.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson was my God, he's gonna die soon. Poor guy. How old is he?
Whoa! What do
No,
you know?
I'm just-
What do you know that we don't?
I'm morbid. He's got to be 85 or something.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. Yak.
What do you know that we don't know?
I heard a rumor that he had like dementia or Alzheimer's, so I'm not sure.
There's a lot of research recently on mushroom treatment of PTSD, depression, and anxiety. Haven't they been doing that since
You know
the
what?
70s?
I know a guy from the hospital that I keep in touch with who is actually microdosing with
A mental patient.
shrooms. Yeah, he was.
Probably not the best person to take advice from.
Yeah, no, he says he's microdosing. I say, yeah, right. You're just eating all of them. What are you saying? Don't even tell me you're microdosing.
Wait,
'Cause
he's
microdosing
in the
is
mental hospital.
No, he's out. It's literally taking a little piece of mushroom every day. But I could see that working, the psychedelics. I know people use acid.
Acid I wouldn't do. Because acid will fuck with your brain. But you could do shrooms once in a while.
Right. Acid,
But you have to be in a good state and you have to be around positive people. Because I think...
Absolutely.
Yeah, if
absolutely.
you're in a
you have
shitty
a bad
state-
trip on shrooms, you're gonna have a really bad trip.
Yeah, if you're in a shitty state, all that stuff affects you tenfold. So I remember my buddy Homer was telling me years ago, he was the one who was explaining shrooms. And he goes, you have to have a guide, someone who's done it. And it has to be a positive person. If you're with like a negative person, even if they're on or if they're off, you're gonna go
Perfectly
crazy.
said. Absolutely. He's absolutely right. You never did them?
I did it once with him. That was the time I did him. Yeah.
Yeah. It was an interesting trip. It's not. I think they just grow in cow shit. That's literally where they come from.
I don't know where they come from, but I'm assuming it's poop related.
Yeah, they grow in cow shit. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why you have to eat them on like a Reese's peanut butter cup or something.
Well, I think he had mixed them in a juice for us. It was it was horrible, disgusting. And what it did is it took a half hour. During that half hour, I felt nauseous. I wanted to vomit. And he told me, he's like, don't puke. If you puke, you're not going for this on this trip. If you don't, after half an hour, you're going to be fine. And almost to the dot, almost like around 30 minutes, I didn't feel nauseous anymore. And then it started to kick in. But it was a weird experience because I don't even smoke weed.
No.
So for me, it was a very, very weird experience, but a good experience. I saw everything in HD. Everything becomes clear.
And where you think, you sit down, you want to stand up. You sit down, you want to stand up again. It was very.
I sat down for a long time talking. I remember we were on the park. We were in front of the church on San Rock, just talking in the middle of the night. Then we walked all around TMR. This went from like midnight till 7 a.m.
Yeah, that's absolutely what happens. We started at Mount Royal, and I think
a lot of walking.
We walked from Mount Royal to this neighborhood.
It was like the Lord of the Rings, but instead of hobbits, it was two retarded Greek guys walking around.
Yeah. Oh man, you're bringing back some memories here.
Yeah. That's it. I only did it once in my life, and I don't recommend this. As it was not a recreation. It's not a thing that you could do every week. That's like a once in a while thing that I could see why
you do
people
it on
would.
New Year's or something.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it around that many people and shit. It would drive me crazy.
You have to be around the right people. Like I said, we were 10 guys. We were at Mount Royal. The team split up, so we were groups of 5, and then we reunited only because we heard people walking on the other street, and we met at a street lamp saying, "What are you guys doing here?" We separated and rejoined.
And then you rejoined.
It was so much fun.
Before we had gone to TMR, we were on Jerry. There's this corner store that stays open late, and I was so fucked up because I went in there, and first of all, you assume that everybody knows that you're fucked. That's not on. So I'm in there, and I don't know if I was trying to buy water or I don't remember what the fuck we were trying to buy, but a guy came in with his hooker, and he was yelling at the hooker. And it was the pimp in the hooker.
And now you're amplified.
Bro, it was throwing me off so much. And then I was like, am I going to get robbed? Because if somebody tries to rob me now, there's no way I'm fighting back. And it was just, so then I remember just leaving. I was like, I can't handle this. This is too much for me. So I went out and I go, Homer, you got to go in there. He's like, I'm not going in there. I can't handle this either. So then we just walked to,
that's so funny.
TMR,
You couldn't buy a bottle of water because the guy tripped you out?
Yeah, but then I went to the gas station on Rockland, right across the Tim Hortons. And there we were able, because there was no one else in there. And then we were able to get candy and water.
You drove or you walked?
Oh, this was walking. My car was at his house.
That's a far walk.
And then we walked all through TMR all night for 7 hours.
45 minutes went by and you still didn't drink.
For 7 hours we were walking.
Oh, that's a trip.
It's crazy. It was cool. And then every time we were walking, like let's say at first when we were in Park X, every time we turned the street corner, it felt like a new level in the game was starting. Everything was different.
Right. Everything is so vivid to you.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
You can't now.
I don't think I could ever recreate it. That's
you can't recreate moments like
that. It's just one time it happened. Plus, I don't have the time to commit to a situation like that either. Because that was when do I have 7 hours free?
No, exactly. Yeah. I just heard Tony Soprano quote.
No, it's just that remember when is the lowest form of conversation.
Remember when?
Yeah, it's because I'm thinking about the old times. So I did mushrooms and said, let's try to recreate this. No, you can't.
You can't, but all that stuff, it was the only time, because I'm scared, like shit that I would never do. I would never do like synthetics. I wouldn't do acid, shit like that, because I'm scared
I've done acid. I don't remember.
I'm scared of it fucking with my head, because I know people who permanently got fucked up.
Dude,
they've never been the same.
I did acid about a year before I went into the hospital. So who knows? Maybe it did fuck me up. I don't know. Could be.
It could be, because I know people who they were fine. And then they took. I know one guy who was fucking. He was a good student.
He never went back.
He never went back. He was a great fucking. He was a fucking fun dude. This and that. And now he's like fucking skid. He's fucking weird. Ever since then he had a fucking horrible trip.
Yeah.
And he's been fucked up.
I believe it.
Yeah.
But when I smoke weed, is it the same effect as before? Like, I remember being stoned and walking into a dépanneur and the guy, seeing my eyes red and tripping me out and shit like that. Now that it's legal, do you think people care as much?
They don't care as much, but the thing is, I can't tell you about weed because I don't smoke weed, so I don't know where. But everyone I know, they're weed smokers, the ones that know what they're doing.
It makes me sleepy.
There's like different types. There's stuff that makes you creative, stuff that makes you sleepy, stuff that makes. But I can't tell you because I don't know.
Yeah, it's again the time and place. Smoking weed right now doesn't have the same effect as when I'd be 19 or 20 or 21. Yeah. That was more fun to smoke then. Now it's like, 45-year-old guy who's stoned.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I
It's
agree.
like,
And I think in the beginning you do it because it's like exciting your kids and you're doing shit like
Yeah.
that. I think as you get older, you find what works for you. Sometimes it's still weed for some people. Sometimes it's something else. Sometimes it's just a movie. Sometimes it's
or video games, like you said.
video games, deprivation tank or whatever.
It's
the
like,
fuck.
I don't know if I have the strength. Oh, now I got to be stoned. Even that's a chore. You know,
It seems like a.
I know I got to do that. No, it's too much.
No, me. What calms me down sometimes is like last night I took some melatonin.
Melatonin is
pass out.
great.
But don't take it a lot. I used to take it a lot.
And then you build a tolerance or
No,
something.
not just tolerance. It would fuck with my head, bro. I would have the weirdest fucking dreams and shit. It would. So
I
now
haven't
it's like
had weird
once every like a month. There's if I really want a good night's sleep, I'll pop some melatonin. I get the gummies, and then
I didn't know they had gummies. They're usually little white pills.
Yeah, no, I always got the gummies. Me,
Because
Yeah.
you're a child.
I'm a
Jackie
child.
Mason died.
I heard. Yeah.
Jackie Mason was probably the first.
Explain while I get us some water.
He was probably one of the first mainstream ethnic comedians. I will describe it as ethnic comedians. He would do old Jewish Yiddish humor. And he played Krusty the Clown's father on Seinfeld. Thank you. On Seinfeld. On The Simpsons, he played Krusty the Clown's father. And he spoke with that really Yiddish accent. He was in Caddyshack 2. Anyway, he paved the way for a lot of comedians who wanted to do ethnic, regionalized humor. You know, he would make jokes about gefilte fish and make all the Jews laugh their asses off. So there's something to be said about that guy. Very much like what I did when I was doing the comedy shtick, was doing the Italian shtick. He invented that. Jackie Mason would only perform to the very specific up in the Catskill Mountain Jews.
Did you ever not want to do the ethnic stuff?
Yeah, I battled with that a lot. And
Because this is what I find incredibly insane about you. You're exposed to like real stand-up, like my kind of humor. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the biggest stand-ups, that's what you're exposed to. You're exposed to
and I have
everyone to know NA.
and I have wit. Yeah.
And you have wit. You like
Yeah.
that kind of humor. You make those kind of jokes.
Yeah.
Yet when you went on stage, you decided I'm doing the Italian thing.
Here's why I did the Italian stuff really, really, really well without tooting my own horn.
You did. People
I
love
gave
that
the
shit.
other guy a run for his money.
Well, people still talk about it. Like
If only you understood what I was saying, but I was fucking. I'd without seconds laugh.
No, you did.
I really.
I've seen your videos.
So that's
and
why.
people-
So I set the bar high for myself in my head, meaning I'll only do comedy in English if I get that same level of satisfaction I get from doing the Italian. So I backed myself into a corner because I was spoiled. I went from paper to theater.
Yeah.
There was no, let me try this out in a comedy club. It went right, literally, writing, theater.
By the way, the spoiling thing is 100% real psychological because that's what happened to me last week. I got
see?
so used to the French crowds.
And you did a great set.
I thought it was horrible. I thought I bombed.
Because you're so used to the big crowds who are spoon feeding you applause.
Yeah, and the same thing happened on. I did a show on Friday night, and the guy was talking about a show I had done last Sunday that I hated. I go, no, I'm never going back to that room. And he's like, why not? He goes, you come, I'll put you on. He goes, it was fucking great. I go, no, you don't have to. Like, I know it was shit. I bombed. And he's like, what are you talking about? He goes, there's people here who were at that show that were asking about you, and they asked about you after you left that show. They're like, well, what are you talking about? And then I was like, what the fuck? Am I going mental? And I think it's because the day before I had done 3 shows at the Bordel. So I was so used to everything is just explosive that when it's not explosive, I'm like, fuck, I'm bombing.
But you think you're bombing.
I honestly think I'm bombing, yeah.
Now, you could be in a room full of comedians and not one laughs, and they all thought it was funny.
Yeah. That's different. If I'm in a room of comics, I know.
But people sometimes think something is funny but not laugh.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, me too. But anyways, I think what you said is true. I think you could get so used to something, a reaction,
Yeah.
and then everything else is weird.
That's where I got stuck in that. I got stuck in that web for a while. And
Frank
then,
is asking.
Who?
Frank is asking, Frank Belmont, if there are any plans to go back to Bordel for 2 drink minimum. Not that we have discussed I will talk to Mike about it, see if there's any. But the thing is we still don't know. We don't want to start for 2 weeks and then they shut everything down again. We're going to see what's going to happen in the fall.
Might as well yeah. It's almost here.
Yeah.
We're not. This, by the way, have you know this? I can tell from the smell. The peak of summer is done. We're going into fall.
Yeah, it's coming.
You could tell. I'm wearing a hoodie right now. You could tell it's done.
Yeah.
It's gonna be September any second now.
Sadly.
Check. And now.
I like September. It's my birthday month.
I like September.
I like the smell of
from
the
earth, wind, and fire.
like
It does. I like autumn too. I like autumn a lot.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Pantelis,
Tell me.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta go
die.
take a piss?
I have to.
Go take a piss.
Guys, I love you all. I'll be right back. I feel like Dave Landau now.
Why, does he take a lot of
He
pisses?
always runs to piss.
Oh, really? No, I'm a goddamn professional. I don't need to piss every fucking 2 seconds. I'm gonna take a look at the chat. You know what? Say what you will about Poseidon. He doesn't have to piss every fucking 10 minutes. He knows. He's got a large bladder like a goddamn gorilla. So, let me plug the Patreon, people. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Join me over there for... What? Fun fact, and Pantelis and I share the birthday. What? Olga, you're born the same day I'm born? I don't believe you. I think that is a fabrication. I think that is a lie, Olga. Again, let me go back to it. Patreon.com/Pantelis. It is a new month, so we will be selecting new winners for shirts this month. I believe maybe 4 or 5 are going to be given away for August. So, no, it's not finished, Joker. He's taking a piss. God damn it, bro. Joker, no one overreacts more than Joker. Joker, calm down, all right? Chill. Play some Mass Effect. There's a guy in Mass Effect called Joker, and it's the same voice. It's that guy from, what the fuck's his name? Redhead kid. It's the guy who plays on Family Guy. What's his name? Chris Griffin. Same guy. So yes, I was playing Mass Effect. I downloaded Mass Effect. I started playing yesterday, the old one. It aged pretty well, actually. I think it aged pretty well for the amount of time. What's my favorite MGS? Well, I don't know. It's either 1 or 2, though, would be my favorites. 1 got me into it. Well, 1, Metal Gear Solid. On the... Yeah, I put the music so it's fun for you guys. I'm alone. There's no one talking to me, so I put some music on until he comes back. And we're going to know how long he took. Yeah, I like 1, I think. 1 or 2. Joker got triggered by the outro, yeah. 1 or 2. I like Metal Gear Solid 1. I heard that the new Abandoned game that Blue Box is making, they're trying to make it seem like it's a new Metal Gear. I think they're lying. Welcome back, Weeds.
Did you tell them about deep discount?
No, we were just... I plugged the Patreon, and then we were... Whew. Olga shares the same birthday as me.
Oh, happy birthday, Olga Pantelis, soon.
It's next month, so you calm your tits.
I am getting fatter, and I do have tits now. It's awful.
You know what's amazing about you is how fast you gain that weight.
Yeah, you saw that. It was magical.
Yeah.
Like in a month.
Less than a month, you ballooned.
Yeah.
Is it because of the gluten?
And because I didn't have a lot of walking around to do in the hospital. So I was always essentially in the same 2 rooms.
No, you gained weight even when you came out. When you came out, you started to balloon. I think, and I'll tell you, you want to know my theory? You open up the restaurant, you started eating dough all the fucking time, and you exploded. Because yesterday I ate sandwiches.
Though. Also the meds.
I ate sandwiches all day, and look at my face. It ballooned in a day.
The gluten helped, but also there was once upon a time I was taking a med that was making me eat a lot. But that's all right. It's all gonna.
At least you know how to lose weight now.
I
you've
do.
Done it.
It just, and I'm here to admit it. It's so damn hard to start. It's the first couple of weeks that suck. The no sugar. Sugar's more powerful than heroin. So getting sugar out of your body, like I was on 0 sugar, 0, 0, 0, not even a cheat day, and that's when my body started to rebuild and fix itself.
So wait, antidepressants, Marie Renee is saying antidepressants will make it impossible to lose weight. Is it because they make you want to eat, or is there something in there that you just can't go down?
I think like what...
Later, Gapes.
Fructose corn syrup. Bye, Gapes, we love you. High fructose corn syrup and antidepressants.
Manoli says your pizza's too good. That's why you can't stop eating it.
It is pretty good pizza.
It is pretty good, though, yeah.
But so antidepressants will block the part of your brain that makes you feel satisfied with eating. So you just keep eating. Because there's usually a signal that says, boom, you're full.
So you're telling me.
That signal's gone on antidepressants. So you just keep eating.
So now we just have a bunch of fat, depressed people.
Right.
That's not good. That'll make him more depressed.
Right. Yeah. There's about 300 million below us.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't like being on meds. I hate it.
Feels like they're doing it on purpose.
I bet you they are.
I saw the Mexican president was talking about big pharma and the vaccines.
Yeah, I've said this to you about Mexico once, where I said the reason everyone shits on them so much is literally because it's a hidden pleasure to be there, and it's before the secret gets out.
Yeah, he was talking about it. He goes, we look, they're not doing anything. Everything they're saying is not backed by science. He goes, it's backed by money. He goes, like, now they're saying the third, you got to take a fourth, this and that. He goes, there's no science backing that it helps enough or you need it. It's more of we're telling you need it because they're making money off it. So he was talking shit about big pharma, which is a no-no. It's a no-no in the U.S. Politicians are not allowed to talk about big pharma because they bought and sold. So I wonder how long before this guy gets offed.
I was just thinking the same thing. Is this guy going to get off now? Because
it would be too obvious,
disrupting the problem.
Yeah. Maybe they'll get him
voted out.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Because offed is so obvious. I don't even know if they care about it being obvious, but it is weird that antidepressants, they make you fat. Like you just keep, so you're depressed, and now you're getting fatter, which is going to make you more depressed. And then it's a vicious cycle. So you're eating because you're depressed, and you're getting fatter, and oh my God, that is horrible.
And you're irritable because you don't feel quite yourself with the pills. It's a lot of fun, Pantelis. I recommend.
No.
I recommend you should.
No, I'm scared of all that shit, bro. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to fuck with my head. It always worries me.
So Dave Chappelle is a comedian of the year.
I agree with that.
I agree with it too. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, he won an award just for laughs. I think Bruce flew down to LA to give it to him.
Yeah, I watched him receive the award. I fast forwarded the whole thing and just went to his part. Even though I think Big J Okerson was there somewhere. Or no, he's doing the nasty show.
No, but Big J's in New York doing, yeah.
And it was nice. Chappelle's really smart, and he gave props and thanks to Bruce and everybody. And Chappelle's voice is starting to be really
raspy
and cigarette-y.
He smokes a lot.
He's chain smoking, man.
Yeah.
He was never like that.
Well, there's a lot to be stressed about now.
Yeah, but he was smoking like that 5 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. And now there's no reason for him to stop, right?
Yeah, the second he came back from Africa and started doing stand-up, he's always had a cigarette in his mouth.
And someone's always had something to say about him. Now with the lockdowns and shit, you've been through a lot, so he's just, he has kids too. So he's just always fucking stressing out.
Yeah, plus he mentioned doing a lot of live shows. He said he was the only guy who was actually employed for the last year because he still would do shows. But I think he got COVID.
Yeah, he got COVID, yeah.
He got COVID while doing a show.
Yeah, millions of people got COVID, bro. It's not what they made it seem. That's a death sentence. No, not at all.
It's not AIDS.
No. It's but they need that, bro. You need that crazy press.
They must have made a stink load of money.
Who?
Fauci and them or whatever.
Well, Fauci was making money before. He's actually, what's crazy is people should be mad at him. He's a fucking criminal. Because the reason why they were doing the gain of function research at that lab is because I think it was Trump and Obama. I think both said, "Fuck that shit. This can't happen. You can't do this kind of research."
That lab,
and Obama had put an end to it. I think
where the
where basically they were taking viruses and they were souping them up. They were making them super viruses, and then they're like, the point of this is then we're going to try to find a cure for this. Like, well, what do you mean a cure? Don't make it in the fucking first place.
And that's essentially what they did.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what gain of function is. Yeah.
And then they invented a story about a bat from a lab being served.
In their defense, there's no proof that they invented that story. That's just one of the theories that was coming out at the time. So, but we knew from the beginning because in the beginning the whistleblowers came out, and then they started to disappear. They went to jail for a while. Some of them,
Wow.
Yeah. And so the whistleblowers came out in China. They're the ones we found out first from the whistleblowers in November. And then they started to disappear. People weren't talking about it much. And then as people were doing more and more testing around the world, it was the testing that made it a big thing. Like when people were let's say old people were dying because of the flu, they thought nobody gave it a second. Because it was here early too. It didn't come here in March and they shut everything down. It was here for months. It was when they started testing around. They had a test rate and like, oh fuck, everyone has it, and that's when the panic started.
But then they were late because other countries went earlier.
Well, everyone was late because no one was being told the truth.
Now,
China was suppressing all kinds of information.
Is this another weapons of mass destruction excuse?
No, like what, to bomb? It's their research. This was not on purpose. This was clearly an accident, and the The fact that they weren't adult enough to admit it is what really fucked us. Because if we knew the truth from the beginning, you could have shut down when there was an outbreak initially for a month.
In December, they should have done something.
No, it was actually before that. But it should have been a month and not let them fly out, let it die out, and people recover. And then reopen. Instead, everyone was suppressing information. They were letting people go. There was Chinese New Year. There was people flying all over China, all over the world. Italians. Yeah. It was fucking crazy. They didn't want to say it. So that's what happened. And then Fauci never admitted that NHS, his lab there that he was funding, it came out when those emails came out. He never admitted it. He was in the forefront. He never said, yeah, our bad, we were doing research we weren't supposed to. He never admitted. They all lied. They all suppressed the truth. And then when it came out, what did he say? Oh, it's not that bad. It's not what you guys say. You need gain, like they're trying to justify. But if you really thought that what you did was noble by almost killing everyone, if you thought it was noble, you wouldn't have hit it. You wouldn't have hit it until it comes out.
Right.
Through a leak. You would have said, oh, look, we fucked up. But no, we need this because in case there's a super virus ever, we're trying to figure, all that shit. But they didn't say the truth.
He was trying to save face.
Exactly. He was trying to save face. If you were honest about it and you really believe that you're the good guy, you like the truth and good doesn't hide in the darkness.
No, at all.
It's in the light. So all that shit's bullshit. But you have you have Hollywood actors and shit that they committed too much to Fauci. They wear Fauci shirts and they can't go back now. So they still say, yeah, the guy that almost killed. It's absurd.
Because they believe that Fauci looked more smarter than Trump. Yeah. And they were standing next to each other.
Yeah. It's kind of like
at one point Trump even got rid of him. He didn't want him to talk anymore.
Yeah, of course, but they were feuding.
So at the end, who profits from this? What, Pfizer, Moderna? That's it?
No, all kinds of pharmaceutical companies, but even...
but they seemed like they were scrambling to make a vaccine.
Know.
They didn't know
told
either.
You, it's not a nefarious backdoor. The pharmaceutical companies weren't, let's spread it. Nobody wanted that.
They were like, let's hurry up and make some.
This was 100% an accident. But the people that were behind it weren't admitting it, even though it was, they were just suppressing information. Now, when they got the information the pharmaceutical companies like, we can make money off this. Let's try to find a vaccine. So they did the right thing. They jumped in. They were all trying their best to figure out vaccines. Like, okay, how do we fight this? It's just that now the big question is, okay, do we need all of this stuff? Like every 6 months they want to do a boost shot? Or is it something that doesn't really affect the chances of you not having heavy symptoms? It's more of... all right, we're going to make more money off this flu. It's just like the flu vaccine every year, right? I've never taken the flu vaccine. I've gotten the flu. Me not getting the flu vaccine didn't kill me. You get it?
Right.
But there's money in the flu vaccine. So, but it's not going to... But so then that's where the conspiracy starts. Because there's no chip in it. There's none of that. The most likely thing is that it's not as effective and you're going to get too ballsy when you have it and you're going to think, I'm untouchable. That's the worst thing because there's no way they could... Let's say the sterilization thing. There's no way that there's someone randomly putting something in 1 in 10 million vials to and you don't know. Like no one's gonna talk. People talk, bro. People talk. Somebody would have came up and said some people talk. It's not that. It's more likely that it's not as strong as we think. That's why a lot of people that are double vaccinated are getting infected and they're going through the whole.
I only got one. They're supposed to call me for my second dose. They didn't call me yet. What should I do?
If you're eligible for it, you pass the 4 weeks. Call and make an appointment if you're going to do it. I was talking to people yesterday that were...
But they were supposed to call me, so I'm going to let them call me.
Okay, if you want to play that game. But they may have called you because you never answer your phone. And
that's true.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I would follow up right now is because I'm not an expert phone answerer.
But yeah, I don't think... I think most likely is that. Most likely is that it's going to give people false confidence. But even false confidence, even the people that are getting it before the vaccine. It's, it's a 1% thing and you have to have certain underlying conditions.
I think it's fear mixed with false confidence.
The fear is what's going to fuck
people my parents' age have to get it there because they're not young. But I don't know if I need it.
Speaking of childhood trauma, that's another thing that we haven't heard about a lot, right? There's going to be a lot of kids, the right age group.
Yeah, like the baby boomers right after the war.
That have been fucking traumatized. Like school just stopped. They're young kids. School just stopped for some reason. And everyone's wearing masks and they're all scared. PTSD,
pandemic kids.
Yeah.
There's going to be kids addicted to disinfecting their hands.
Yeah, shit like that. We haven't talked about that, but that's gonna fuck up some kids.
Germs. Or how many kids were conceived during the pandemic?
Oh, a lot.
There's going to be like a boom of children.
I don't know if there's going to be a boom. I did hear that China is taking out that. Remember the one-child policy?
Yeah.
I heard they're taking that out.
How many of them died because of the flu? Maybe.
I don't think that's why. I think it's just they said something. They go, yeah, we need more people because
Apparently,
a billion
like boys were good and and having a girl wasn't, and some crap like that.
Yeah, because a boy would work, let's say, and a girl they saw more as a liability. But the fucked up thing is, if you do that, then who are the boys gonna marry?
Every time I think about that one child thing, you know who I think about? I think about that poor guy that got chopped up by Luca Magnotta, and the image of his parents coming to Montreal to reclaim the body because they only had one son, and he was killed by a murderer.
Yeah, Marie Renee says if less than 40% of people who go to
morbid.
college here, don't have their second dose by September 1st, there will be no courses in person, and the government will be paying for my laptop. That's fucking.
So I wonder if a lot of people are using that strategy.
But isn't that weird that they're saying the demographic that is not in danger has to be overwhelmingly vaccinated in order to continue something? That I find strange.
Why do they need to do that?
That's what I find. Yeah, shit like that I find strange.
What's
Then again, you have to understand they paid a lot of money, dude. They got millions of vaccines. They're not about to let them go to waste.
Right. That's probably the answer right there.
Like, you fucking better.
You better come in here.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Unbelievable. Is it almost done? It's a couple of weeks.
I just don't like telling people what to do. That's what I'm getting mad at. Like, I see, I got into a conversation with a girl who was saying everybody, whether they want it or not, should be forced to get vaccinated because of other people's lives and shit like that. But we had the same argument about abortion, and she said, "You can't tell me if I should get aborted." I don't understand this. So
that's really good.
Your body, your choice. My body, also your choice. Like you gotta, like it's a bit much. Like you gotta.
That's so well said.
There's no consistency. It's all hypocritical.
Double standard. I believe
it's all hypocritical. I believe no. It's free. You want to, if you feel like it's a big risk, you're gonna get it. If you don't feel like it's a big risk, even forcing you isn't going to change anything.
But they defend it with, but you're protecting your loved ones, you know.
Which again is bullshit. It's a bullshit statement too. Because if someone's at risk, if someone's in the demographic that they're at risk, you can still get it with the vaccine. And if you're in that danger category, that's why people who are vaccinated are still dying too. Not because they got vaccinated.
Is COVID still like, it's going to sound stupid, like most things I say. Does COVID still exist? I mean, is the strain still rampant?
Rampant. I assume so, and it's also mutating.
But bodies are tolerating it.
Yeah, of course, bodies have always tolerated it.
And they're mutating to variants.
That's what they're saying.
Okay.
That's what they're saying.
Well,
I don't know. How do you want me to fucking quantify that?
I don't know.
I mean, either way, I try to protect myself as much as I can, but that's... What else do you want me to do? You want me to live in fear?
No, that's why I switched off. What else is happening? Trudeau, what does he say?
I haven't heard about the
Justin one, the boy wonder.
I know that they're working on new elections. They're going to announce elections soon. That's normally when they go quiet. They set everything up. They do their campaign videos.
Yeah, it's usually a quiet time now. You're right. And they're going to start up with the...
You're going to see on TV, people are going to come, would you really vote for this retard? And then they start all that shit again.
I love those stupid
Paid for by us. I love how dumb some of those commercials are.
Yeah, I love them. The one where Justin was climbing up an escalator. He fell down the stairs. It was
yeah.
What was that guy? Rick Mercer.
Yeah.
Did the one of him falling down the stairs.
Yeah. They try to be more and more funny lately because they see that comedy works.
Comedy is always working.
So they try to just rip each other. I wonder how it's going to go this fall, but I already know where it's going to go. He's probably going to get another minority or majority. I don't think anyone's taken this one.
Have they had the official Justin and Biden meeting yet? They haven't done any of that shit?
If they have, I didn't hear about it, and Biden doesn't remember it. I'll tell you that much.
What about his son, Hunter? Is he still doing drugs? Or?
He's still doing drugs, yeah, but he's not in the news anymore.
I remember there was a guy named Roger Clinton at the time. He was the coked up brother of Bill Clinton. And then he came back for a movie called Fred Claus, where he played Santa Claus's brother, Fred.
Really? I remember that movie.
And he was in a circle with, Stephen Baldwin and Frank Stallone. And
like the others. Yeah.
The Swayze guy who's not Swayze. And
have you seen Patrick Swayze's brother, though? He kind of looks...
like the retarded version.
He looks like Patrick Swayze if Patrick Swayze smoked crack.
Yeah, that's it. There's a lot of these guys like that. And that was funny when I saw Roger Clinton.
Pantelis, let's calm down. So far, the percentage of death is inferior to the one for the flu. I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to panic. I'm saying the opposite.
He just said that.
That's what I'm saying. Keep it calm. That's why you got to tune away from the fucking news, dude. You put the news on, they're like, it's fucking death. They're all dying.
Breaking news. Yeah, it's always breaking news. It's always urgent.
Hold on a second. Is that real, Manoli? Is that real breaking news? Did Jeremy Gabriel announce that he's joining the NDP?
Wait a second. That's that kid?
Yeah.
That's the kid?
It kind of makes sense that he would join.
He would join the NDP.
Closest thing to a communist party we have in Canada.
He would join the NDP.
Yeah. Because it's the we. It's I decide for you. It's not funny for me, so you can't say it.
Is that true? Is he going to politics?
I heard that he's. I heard that before.
You know, there's going to be a press conference outside Mike Ward's house.
I hope so. It's going to lose.
So funny. Mike's going to end up going after him in politics. Mike's going to be the new mayor.
Here's the thing. This kid, as we know, he's an adult man. We keep calling him a kid because he looks like a cartoon fish. But he does not like criticism. So it's great that he's joining a political movement. He's getting involved in politics where nobody ever gets criticized.
No, they don't.
Politics.
Nobody gets criticized.
So
he's going to take a beating emotionally.
Of course. But he doesn't really care. I don't think he's going to take a beating emotionally. But he's going to take a beating, though. People are not going to. He had said he was interested, but they had not reached back out. I mean.
Or Jarmeet Singh? Is that him?
Yeah. I think the NDP is a shit party, but I feel like they could do better than him.
The last time NDP had a stronger push was Jack Layton.
Yeah, everybody knows this. Yeah, then he died.
He
and
actually
the whole party died.
almost went somewhere, with them. Then Tom Mulcair came in, who's a smart guy but boring as shit.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah,
just boring. And then Jarmeet came in and said, "Oh wow, look, a Sikh." So that was cool for a while.
But I don't like his. First of all, I don't like the hypocritical shit that he does. But also, I don't like his. He thinks that the internet culture kids are stupid, and by doing that, they're gonna fall for him. He's not trying. He's not talking.
He's not really believing it.
Yeah, he doesn't really believe.
He's just targeting them.
Yeah, there's no policies that are like, oh, this is good for the future of Canada. His policies are like, money is gonna come from the sky, and I'm gonna do whatever I want. Watch me while I dance. It's all that stupid shit. He thinks the people he speaks to, he assumes are dumber than him, and that I fucking hate. But some dumb people, they don't see it. So they're like,
because they're dumb.
The guy, he knows I'm dumb. Yeah.
People are next to him saying, okay, say this, say that, or not orchestrating what he says, but you want to talk to these people, target these people.
Exactly.
We're going for this.
Because he just wants mindless drones going and voting for him and then never asking questions because they're too stupid. So he's going for a young demographic and he's going for the young dumb ones. And he's blatant. Like any adult has seen this kind of stuff before. Even 20-year-olds could see this. They're like, yeah, that's pretty fucking obvious. It's like what Hillary Clinton had done when she went on the Breakfast Club interview and people got mad when she started to speak
in their accent.
She started to speak in that vernacular, and then she's like, I carry hot sauce in my purse too, y'all.
No,
and all
like,
that.
Do you think that by talking in our accent, we're going to like you?
Yeah, like you realize we're human.
I'm far tired.
Yeah, we're human beings.
Yeah.
Like so. Anyways, he's doing the same type of shit, but to children. So
Obama did that shit with U2.
Oh, did he?
No, I don't know. It's U2 seemed to be everywhere Obama was. One man come in the name of love.
Yeah, because U2
One man come and go. Obama.
Yeah, because they loved him. Yeah, but no. So I don't like his tactics like that. I prefer even the Trudeau one, which is everyone's a dummy, instead of a targeted one. He's like, I'm just gonna blatantly lie or deny shit that they fact check.
Yeah, he just
doesn't care.
But he doesn't answer questions.
He doesn't answer questions,
but he goes on long monologues that has nothing to do with the question.
Just to filibuster. Yeah, I respect. Yeah, I respect that more than targeting young kids.
What do you think about the forest fires? As Canadians, we need to come together as a nation.
Exactly.
Wait, what the fuck?
Is there a reason why we're not sending planes to help people that are caught in those forest fires? Canadians are known to be a strong, united, tolerant people. And I think tolerance is the key here. Do you tolerate your neighbors? You should. And like, sir, there's people on fire right now. And they're like, fire.
Where's
the greatest enemy of man.
Yeah. Where's the hose?
He's like, speaking of hose, let me tell you about college.
He was smart by running under the name Justin and not under the name Trudeau. For some reason that worked.
Yeah, me too. I would only vote conservative if Pierre Poilievre was the leader. I like Pierre Poilievre, but he's not a leader.
What was the last time there was a good conservative leader? It was Harper.
And I didn't know it. I didn't like Harper because I was young and I didn't understand. And I didn't know that as a leader, like that we got out of the 2008 crash because of him. And I didn't know any of that shit. I was too stupid. So I just didn't like him because he was the conservative leader.
Before him, it was Mulrooney.
I was too young for that stuff.
Yeah, it was Mulrooney.
Yeah, that I can't say. But Harper, quality-wise, like for Canada, it was good for everyone. But, it's like Clinton. For all of Clinton's wars, let's say, and all the shortcomings, all that stuff, people had money.
Yeah, Bill, you mean?
Yeah, Bill Clinton. Yeah. People had money. Same thing with Trump. People had money.
And there was not one international incident.
Yeah, people had money. So, like in the media, like the Clinton thing was like, oh, he cheated on his wife and he's fucking the secretary. But you're safe. There's opportunities. That's what you should care about. What do you care who he dicks?
What were they going after with him? Why did they want to impeach him? What was it that he was doing?
Him, it was because, that's not the way a president should act. He shouldn't be banging
that
people.
Was really it? There was no underlying...
Well, there must have been. I don't know all the undergoings of why they hated him, but there's always a contrarian stuff. No matter who's president, you're going to try to find stuff. Sometimes the president is bad. That's for sure. Like, look, Biden can't think, right? Trump, for example, the biggest thing was he wasn't presidential. They didn't like how he was like, I don't give a fuck, and his tweets and all that shit. They didn't like that stuff. But in terms of the economy, people's opportunities and stuff,
he was a businessman.
It literally tanked. And you could blame COVID if you want, whatever, but it literally tanked after, like Biden doesn't, the gas price, like he doesn't know, he doesn't care about regular people. He doesn't understand how the economy works, that everybody has to have money so they could buy shit, so they could roll. You need to invest in people and businesses, not invest in, your friend's international private shit, you know?
Do they steer him and make him say what they want? Like, are they trotting him along like a puppet like they did?
I don't know. I've checked out of politics.
They did that to Reagan at the end of his terms there because he was really starting to go senile. And I wonder if they're doing that with Biden.
How convenient the forest fire occur on native lands. Oh, is there a forest fire? I thought the forest fire you were saying...
You haven't smelled it?
No. I thought the forest fire you were saying was you were just using a random example.
You have not smelled any fire in your car or anything?
Bro, I have checked out.
Yeah.
Emotionally no.
Even I know it because I smelled it.
No, I haven't been paying attention to anything.
There's a smog in the sky. I know it rained, so it probably... Yeah. But it's from forest fires.
I thought it was because of the rain.
No, I told you that if it happens
that
again...
tells you a lion, dog face, pony soldier. That's the kind of stuff Biden says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, if these forest fires continue, Australia is just going to just light up in flames.
Holy fuck, yeah. I haven't been paying attention to anything. I know that Australia is doing lockdowns again, but I haven't been paying attention to most of the stuff. All this to say, dude, there's fuckery afoot, and people don't even vote for what's in their interest anymore. They vote for what they think socially is acceptable and what they should.
I hate that word. People, I told you.
Yeah, they vote against their best interest, which to me, it's psychotic.
But they don't even know they are voting against their best interest.
Yeah.
They're following others.
Yeah.
And they don't realize, no, that's the right thing to do. No, but what do you want? What do you personally want?
Yeah.
Too many people don't know what they want.
I want lower taxes, opportunities, jobs, so people can work. Because as much as kids and some people are enjoying, like, fuck it, I'll make 2 Gs a month off the government. Most people, that's past. Now, like, okay, I want to make more than 2 Gs. I want to work. I want to create something. People
don't like to be stagnant. And people have been doing nothing for a year. And
there are a lot of people...
Like, I'm actually happy I'm going back to work this week.
There are a lot of people who are accepting it. Like, fuck it, I just managed how to live with 2 Gs. I don't want anything else. But, dude, you need... Because that's going to end. One way or another, that's going to end. Now, when that ends, do you want there to be opportunities so you could go back to work? Mm-hmm. Or do you want to get fucked and you can't get a job?
They don't think ahead.
They don't think ahead.
No, they just took the money and ran.
Yeah, they don't think ahead of what's going to happen. So, I want AMC to the moon. Yeah, AMC to the moon would be nice. I still have some AMC stock, but which is still I'm making money off it right now. It's still higher than I bought it at $9, I think. So
AMC, the channel, Breaking Bad.
Yeah, the theater chain.
The theater chain or the channel?
Or is it the chain of theaters?
Theater.
Yeah.
Theater, like Kramer says.
Yeah, the moon doesn't exist. No, the moon exists. I saw a comment somebody said with the flat Earth thing. They said Pantelis is so stubborn. in the face of so much evidence of the Earth being flat, he refused. It's not evidence.
Is it still a thing?
Yeah, it's not evidence. You people have this fucking notion that if someone is saying something, you don't have to look into it. You just assume you're like, that's evidence. Because literally the evidence that he shows, I'm disproving it. Like the light with the sun, what they're showing me, the guy go, this doesn't make any sense. The light where it's stopping. But they go, look at him. He just doesn't let him finish. But guys, it's fucking obvious. It's in front of you that it's bullshit.
If the Earth was flat, we could see downtown from here.
Yeah, it's not how it
That's
works.
literally it. We could literally see downtown from where we are.
You're
I thought it was done, the whole flat Earth thing, because of COVID.
People want to believe. People need to be contrarians, and also people want to feel like they're in on some information that you're not.
Yeah, or they like to join a team and tell others what team they're on and how you're shitty for not being on their team.
Yep.
People need to wear jerseys and hats that make them unique. Even though they think they're being unique, they're actually just like everybody else. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Steph Curry said NASA never went to, but here's my thing, because they keep using that, because there's chances that the videos we saw were fake, right? But I'll tell you this, just because they didn't go, let's say they didn't go to the moon, let's say it was fake, it doesn't mean the Earth is flat. One doesn't justify the other.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean? Like right now, if so there's a lot of Instagrammers that they fake that they're on private planes.
And they're saying, look, the technology.
They say, I'm on a private plane, they say, but they're not really. They take the photo and then they go to the real plane because they don't have the money to be on the private jet. Private jets still exist. Just because they faked the photos of them being on private, it doesn't mean that the jet doesn't exist. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so just because they faked, maybe the reason they faked going was because they had to beat the Russians for who went first.
That's my suspicion.
And their technology wasn't up to date.
Yeah.
But they just had to do it.
We have to beat the
Russians.
So in that I can understand. I'd be like, okay, that makes sense to me.
But doesn't mean just the moon to be like, not there.
We're just gonna lie to everyone.
No.
And first of all, this is the thing that pisses me the fuck off. NASA didn't say the Earth is round. We know this, that it's a globe forever. And even when I told the guy, because he goes, no, NASA made that up. I go to him, what are you talking about? I'm Greek. We have statues of Atlas. Like we knew for thousands of years. And he goes, I don't believe anything before like the 1700s or something.
But
he just chooses to omit certain facts.
Didn't Christopher Columbus literally disprove this? He wanted to go to. He went the other way.
Yeah, I know. But you're talking.
They thought he was going to fall off the edge and the Earth was flat.
Yeah.
And he proved to them by going one way, he ended up around the globe.
Yeah, but they don't listen.
Well,
they don't listen.
They should have been tweeting in Columbus's time.
Yeah. So, and they group things together. So, for example, like Gary says, isn't Charles Barkley also a flat Earth / chemtrail? Why do you go / They're two totally different things. We know about chemtrails. We use chemtrails all the time. We use that. We put it into the atmosphere. We use it for crops. That's a real thing. It's not a fake. Why do you put them both together? You get it? So if one's fake, the other one has to be fake, or if one's real, the other one has to be real. I hate it when people do that shit.
I remember when crop circles were a thing. Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
People would...
And Shaq, no, Olga, Shaq is not. You see, this is the disinformation
for Olga,
campaign.
Shaq is Charles Barkley, the same guy?
Yeah, because of racism.
Charles Barkley talks Olga like he has marbles in his mouth.
Yeah, Olga said that Shaq was a flat earther, and then Poseidon fact-checked her, and apparently Shaq was trolling people. And even though that was fact-checked by our boy Poseidon, she's still spewing her goddamn lies about the late, great Shaquille O'Neal. Now, he's not dead, but he's always late.
And he uses the icy hot patch.
Yeah.
Icy hot patch. When you got pain.
Yeah.
They wanted to put him on the box of Wheaties, and he
Olga,
said no,
I don't appreciate your
Wheaties.
smear campaign against American hero
I like
Shaquille O'Neal.
It's called a smear campaign.
She's trying to smear the great Shaq. You know how big Shaquille O'Neal is? He will crush you with his fingers, Olga.
He's taller than The Undertaker.
He is a giant.
They wanted to give him the Wheaties box, and he said no because I don't eat Wheaties, and I respected that.
Yeah, there's some chemtrails that say it's to mind control people. But again, I'll tell you why that's crazy. How do you control who you're going to... Again, this is...
Mind control happens on their handheld device
Mind
every
control
day.
is already
Not
happening.
From a chemtrail.
Yeah, it's already happening
Facebook,
with the media, with Facebook, with
Instagram,
all that shit.
That's mind control,
Yeah.
not the chemtrail. These guys telling each other...
They're making you buy shit you don't need. They're making you hate somebody because of their skin color, because of their religion, because of their gender. That's mind control. They're already fucking with you. They're making
smoke is not mind control.
Yeah.
Your phone is mind control.
Yeah, they're making your enemy, your neighbor, your enemy. for no reason, just because of political differences.
Yeah.
That's mind control. Keeping you
exactly.
divided. That's mind control. Not in fucking goddamn it, guys. First of all, I'll tell you why. Another thing, why let's say COVID, why it was an accident. It clearly wasn't because they did it on purpose to cull people. You can't do that on purpose because then you don't know who you're gonna cull.
Right.
If it's random, you're gonna kill your own fucking family.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And it's so. Anyways, it's so insane.
Who are you gonna call Ghostbusters? That should have been the answer.
Yeah, because they do a lot. You're right. The mind control exists with
100%.
They pay a lot of money to get certain subliminal shit in movies.
We should insert in your videos and skits just a subliminal split second of Poseidon going, like some
Call me.
some mind shit.
And it just has his number. We see how many people it clicks to and they start phoning him. I just had this urge to call you.
I just brought up the Ghostbusters. We were talking about it before. How does that look to you?
The new Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
People are shitting on it. But like you said,
course people
it
shit.
looks like Ghostbusters meets Stranger Things.
It'll
be fun.
It's where it should be because it's been too long for the original actors to show up in it. If anything, a cameo. And this kid, Jason Reitman, is going to take it in the right direction. It's going to be good.
This kid's going to take it in the... That's where you should have stopped.
This kid's going to take it in. It's good. It looks fine.
Alex Jones turned frogs gay. Alex Jones was even proven right about that. About the frogs with the...
Toads get...
with the
Toads become homosexual because of the water.
Yeah, Rogan already did this. I'm not going to repeat what Rogan did. Rogan fact check all that stuff. He was proven right on many occasions.
Too many naysayers.
Yeah. He's got dumb opinions, but...
Not enough fact checkers.
Yeah, but he's got and he says things oddly. Like it wasn't that they were gay. It was, I think, their sex organs or whatever that were changed, but he said they're turning the frogs gay. So yeah, he's right a lot of times, Alex Jones. Just the way he presents it is
He's
insane.
hilarious. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He always sounds like he's about to burst a blood
the gay
vessel.
filing was actually real indeed. Yeah, Kevin says, yeah, a lot of stuff. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful because you just jump on the bandwagon of that guy's crazy, and then anything they say, you group in. You got to individualize. We're not communists here. We're not group mentality. Take everyone as an individual.
I think
judge them individually.
First time I heard of Alex Jones was like maybe in 2002 or something. It was right after 9/11.
Yeah, me it was September 11 during that time that I heard about him. Him,
False flag operations.
And I believed at that time that was all. Look at this fucking guy. This is all. Get the fuck out of here. And then years later, I was like, this cocksucker's on something. And then I saw the Bohemian Grove thing.
Yeah, that was the one that freaked me out because
that was the one that I thought was fake. And then I realized it was real. And then I was like, wait a second. And then I said something that I still believe to this day. Let's say you don't believe in that shit. Let's say you don't believe in the devil. You don't believe in God. You don't believe in any of that. The leaders that meet there do, and they're actively saying we're going for the dark side, Lucifer or whatever. That's why you should be nervous. Because even if because the people were telling me, they're like, but I don't believe in any God. None of that shit's real. What do I care?
Okay, but these guys do.
These guys do, and they picked a side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, think about that for a second. And I remember that when I was thinking about that would always fuck me. I go, like, wait a second, that is weird. That is very fucking weird.
But it was very perceptive for you to think that. But I remember he's sticking a mic in one guy's face, one of those talking heads from CNN or something. And the guy got really mad at him.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I know that you broke in there. He goes, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's what we do. Like, whatever the fuck. He didn't want him there. He's like, it's
apparently
a private
they go
thing.
there to let loose and chill.
Yeah, they let loose. They put their fucking robes on. They pray to a giant fucking demon owl god. And they do mock sacrifices. Bro, that's not letting loose. So that's fucking weird.
That's
some
very
weird shit. Let's be honest and admit that's fucking weird.
But I'm not even sure I want to know more.
We
That's
could
how
admit that
scary it is.
But we admit that Scientology is weird. People say they talk shit about Scientology all the time, but you can't talk shit about this. This is 10 times weirder than Scientology.
Yeah, this is
Scientology, they pretend that they have those machines that read your ghost meter that you have inside
the
you.
The e-meter, yeah.
Right? They believe that.
To measure your engrams.
Yeah, to measure some fake shit like toys for children. These guys are doing mock sacrifices with like way weirder. Way fucking weirder. But they're all cosplaying. It's all a bunch of weird cosplayers. And then
it's
they bang
amazing
each
that
other.
Alex Jones went that deep.
That deep, yeah. He went, because back in the day, he used to go hardcore.
Yeah, he's easing off on it.
Well, he's older now. Plus, now restrictions. He was very, because people are like, he's a Republican. He's not a Republican. He's the guy I think who made me very anti-Bush, very anti. He was anti-war. I'm very anti-war. But they grouped him now because he talked against other people that were on the left. So they grouped him into that. But he's more libertarian than anything. He was anti-war, anti-big government.
Can you listen to Alex Jones now?
No.
He's not. No. I mean, not if you choose to. I mean, do people still have access to listen to him?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, because he wasn't canceled or not on YouTube.
No, he's not on YouTube, but he's got his own website. He's got his own podcast and stuff. You could still.
It was InfoWars. I remember.
But it's too. It's too much. Like I'm not saying it's not. It's just that I can't. How much time can you spend hearing about how the government is fucking you? How there's a war here?
It affects people's brain.
You can't. Yeah.
So how many TikToks can I see before losing my mind?
Exactly.
I get it. I can't. I totally get it.
I can't because it'll make me anxious. Because then what happens is you go into a rabbit hole.
I have anxiety right now.
Just thinking about it. Yeah, it's crazy. So no, that's why I avoid it, but not because I never went behind the paywall of Jones and stuff because it's too much. Like you got to be a political like you really got to want to be in that stuff. But I feel like it'll just stress you out and make you angry if all you hear about is all the bad shit.
There was a period in my life where all I had on was CNN all the time.
That's what the news does. The news is the same thing. That's why I don't like the news.
There was a time in my life where I would just sit there and stare at Facebook all day, and that's why I can't. I'm done.
Even Facebook will fuck you, not just with the articles, but even you get this false perception of the world. So a lot of people, apparently there's a link.
Yeah, like all I see is very successful comedians, more successful than me.
Okay. So I'll tell you the link, and there's even a show I think on Netflix about this. It's called the Social Media Experiment or some shit like that. So there's evidence that a lot of people are in a huge funk and depression because they don't perceive themselves as living an adequate life, because they measure their value based on either how well other people are perceived to be doing on social media or how well their social media posts are doing themselves in comparison to those people. So the two things are different. One is, all weekend, I'm in Montreal, I'm home, I ate some sandwiches, played some video games. Well, that's what I did. Then you go on social media and you're like, your friend that you grew up with is in Paris on the Eiffel Tower, hanging out with ex-terrorists, now TED Talker, and you feel inferior because you weren't doing the same thing at the same time. But it's nonsense. You should never feel that way because, number one, that's the best. They're showing you the best event that happened for that person this decade, this 10 months, this week or whatever. And you're comparing it to your current situation, which could be your worst in a month. You're mediocre. It's not the same thing.
No.
But mentally, you can't help but compare it if you're not strong enough to realize.
Correct.
So that makes
you depressed. Your brain
depressed.
can't tell that difference.
Yeah. Then the other thing is, a chick goes online, she posts a photo of her ass next to donuts, and she gets 1 million likes. And you post, I don't know, a picture of you and your cat or a nice art thing that you drew something nice, and you get 4 likes. And then you're like, fuck, this picture's getting all those and I'm not getting, and you feel inferior when it's not a case. First of all, they might have more followers than you, especially chicks. You can't compete with chicks online because automatically a lot of dudes are going to click because instinctually, I like this. It's nice. There's an ass there. You get all kinds of shit. It's easy, and internationally too. They don't need to understand it. Whereas your art is subjective, let's say. So a guy in Pakistan doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about, doesn't care about your painting, but he's going to like a nice ass, So there's no reason to compare it. It doesn't mean that you're less successful in your realm.
And this is called the social media experiment?
Social media is something. There's something about, it's a nice little series.
Fascinating.
It's very and it shows, dude, people are getting depressed. People are getting fucked up. They get sad, but it's weird because look at how well he's dressed. Yeah, he's dressed well in that photo because he took that photo. When he's at home, he's not wearing a 3-piece fucking suit.
No, I couldn't stand just too many pictures of people's feet sitting on a towel with a Corona.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. Yeah, the legs.
I couldn't. I was done. After that. I was like, it's too much.
Yeah, they're just memories.
Why am I liking and sharing from my old next door neighbor from 20 years ago? Why am I even having this conversation?
Yeah, it's so us, we use it. Poseidon too now, mostly me. Just like Mike, for mostly it's advertising.
Right.
I'm still around. Hey, I'm doing this.
Yeah, I'll
look at how cool my dog is.
The intellectuals.
Come get a ticket or a live show or go to Patreon or watch the podcast.
Yeah. Look, I'm not shitting on these companies. They're brilliant. They're brilliant companies.
Yeah, because we like to share. The thing is, what
I just don't like what it does to my head sometimes.
you need to you need to inform people, especially kids, that that's not real life,
Right.
and that people shouldn't aspire. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, this happens mostly to young girls because there's filters and shit. So young girls, apparently, they see images of other women that don't even look like that in real life, but they can't comprehend that. They think, why can't I have this? Why can't I look at this?
Cosmetic surgery to
But it's not real.
to
No one
look
looks like that. The person that you're looking at
is a cartoon.
is a
of
cartoon.
themselves.
It was a doctored photo. It was a surgery. It was this. Even that person that you want to be like doesn't really exist.
In real life,
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian does not look like that.
No.
Not look like that.
I've met Jennifer Lopez in real life. It doesn't look the way it looks online and shit like that. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? And she's a more normal one
Yeah.
in that world.
Yeah. I'm not saying she's disgusting. I'm just saying they don't look.
Yeah.
And there's also rules when they put up photos. They have to double check the photos. They got to go through approvals. They're all doctored. I know this. I know from all, like, it's fucking crazy.
Sometimes you'll see like the stairs in the background are warped because they tuck in their
That's when people don't know what they're doing. Yeah, the Photoshop stuff. Yeah, I've seen those. But it's not real. So then people start feeling, oh, how come I don't have that? How come I'm not this? They're not that either. There's no reason to feel inferior.
I like how you said Photoshop.
Yeah.
The term for Photoshop, it used to be what? Airbrushed.
Oh yeah, airbrush. Yeah.
Did you airbrush? That's like saying I taped something instead of I recorded it. I airbrushed.
It's funny. Stalin used to.
You have hair like Stalin. Remember Seinfeld? Oh, sorry.
What's his name? Stalin used to airbrush out his old friends that he would kill because he wouldn't trust them. So there's photos. There's like this one photo. It's hilarious. It's like him and 5 guys. That's the original photo. And then there was an update, and one guy was missing because he killed him not because he did anything bad, because he assumes like this guy's getting too smart. He might try to overthrow me. Wow. And then that same photo, there was always updates like every year with one less person
because he liked the way he looked in the photo.
Yeah, but to the end, it's just him. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, because they would just get rid of them. He's like, I like that photo, but get rid of that guy. I like that photo, but get rid of that. And he would just kill people. That's the crazy thing about communism.
Do you remember that movie with Sacha Baron Cohen, The Dictator?
Yeah, I remember that.
With the part of the Olympics where while he's
shooting people,
while he's running the hurdles, he's shooting guys and he wins.
The Olympics have shooting in it. The Olympics have put golf in it, I think now.
Yeah, skeet shooting.
I don't understand the shooting thing in the Olympics.
I think it's
and how does the U.S. not win that?
It's a triathlon. So they got to like canoe, ride the bike, run, shoot. It's one of those.
But how does the U.S. not win that every year? I don't understand. Every Olympics.
Well, because they're overweight. Oh, you mean the American athlete? How are they doing? They're probably winning that shit.
Let me check. Olympic, what's it called? Shooting?
I think it's skeet shooting.
Olympic shooting results. Ooh, results. Men's 25 rapid fire. The final is tomorrow.
Oh,
let's see who's in it.
North Korea versus Panama.
Shooting Olympic schedule.
Shooting.
It's just weird that there's a shooting thing. Yeah, but it's a real thing. Yes, I am happy. Fucking Olympic. Yang Galashina.
Uh-huh.
There's just Iranians.
Iran.
Serbia. I'm looking at a Serbian. He got second place here. Pang, Chinese. One American right there. Shanner. The 10-meter air rifle. If it's not in a high school, these people can't fucking shoot. Like, I understand.
No, I'm going for Iran on this one.
So women, bro. The women are the American woman. Her name is English. Skeet men's final. Hancock. Oh, there we go. The American men are up there. Yeah, Ukraine, People's Republic of China, ROC. I don't know what ROC is. ROC2.
ROC is
you'd think it'd be full of Americans.
Republic of Congo.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that would be cool. Galashina.
Not AOC.
Oh, no. ROC is the name of someone. Oh no, ROC is like they're playing without a country.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a new thing now.
Yeah, I think some countries got. I think Russia has like a ban on them, so these Russian athletes can compete, but without playing.
So
for Russia.
really, they're Russian. Okay, I thought ROC was Republic of.
Yeah, they have to be different because of all
Republic of Congo.
Yeah, isn't it fucking crazy? Yeah, Poseidon will be playing gunshot. Like, that's a thing that you'd think they would kill at.
You ever shoot a gun?
I have, yes.
A rifle or a gun?
A shotgun and a rifle.
you really feel the
Yeah.
wow.
Actually, the first thing I shot was a rifle in
12,
Greece.
like a 12 gauge.
Yeah, and I remember.
Yeah, and your whole that's it.
Yeah.
That's very powerful.
Because they were trying to teach me where to put it because I put it in the wrong place, and they go, you could break your, you could hurt yourself because there's a lot of kickback. And I was like, I could handle it.
It'll literally hit you on the shoulder like when you were a kid.
Yeah,
punch you in the shoulder.
yeah. There's a way to do it. So it's
My dad has like World War II rifle. I think they sold.
Was your dad in the Second World War?
No, they sold them. No, he was 4. They sold the guns that the military used to civilians.
Yeah.
So he bought one of those.
They still do that a lot, apparently. There's a lot of black market deals.
When
Shit just
shooting-
goes missing.
Yeah, that is messed up.
All right. Well, look, people, if you enjoyed this episode, remember you could catch Guido every week on The Intellectuals. Yeah, The Intellectuals. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. right here on this channel. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Go support the nation. You can win shirts. You get exclusive content. In Bed with Poseidon. In Bed with Poseidon. Every week.
I
Only on
love
Patreon.
to go to bed with Poseidon.
Yeah. Hold on. Plus, we're working on a couple of new shows. A couple of comedians I think I'm going to be bringing on soon for new shows on the channel. Exciting things that are cooking for this fall.
Always nice to be here. Thank you, Pantelis.
Guido, we liked having you. Guido Grasso Jr., Guido Grasso Jr. on the Instagrams, the Tweeters.
I still love Instagram. I don't hate it.
Instagram's fun. You can find him on Facebook. Just look up Guido Grasso Jr. You'll find his Facebook page. You can like, follow. So remember, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Tell your friends about it. 2 Drink Minimum every week. The #1 podcast in Canada. Check that out. And again, we're just dropping new shit pretty fucking often. 2 morning shows a week. We're going crazy here. We've got a lot of plans, but don't forget about the null, the new Undersquare lobby that he is representing right now. So thank you guys for joining us. Olga, you stop your goddamn smear campaign against the legendary Shaquille O'Neal, Ireland's favorite son. Check that out. Peace.